You did something that you didn't know was a problem. You're gone, mister. Like, they have no patience for anything. YouTube will, like, help you find the problem and help you fix the problem. Like, if you have music on there that's not supposed to be on there, they'll be like, hey, mute the track from this time to this time, or do voiceover, and you're good. All right, we'll get started here soon, guys. Just waiting for one more person to get here, so bear with us. Let me get a little bit of music going here for them.
Yay!
I'm gonna wait to turn it on for you guys because it's a lot louder when it's at the intro screen. But, so after I get this one printed, Garrus, I'm gonna probably start printing my custom Storm Boys. That's a really good model. I didn't realize how powerful they are, especially if you've called a WA. Because their armor pen becomes -2, which is just insane for a battle line model. Well, it's not a battle line, but just for a basic model. We'll probably start in about 5. We'll probably start in about 5 minutes, guys. Grant's not going to be here till 8, but we can do a couple things before we get to that point. So his face will be in his soup until 8.
That's okay.
What's the soup of the day?
Grant Wadsworth. It's like, sir, I'd like to return my soup, please. There's a Grant in it. But sir, that's what you ordered.
I'd like a grant of money.
No shit, right? People asking for things for grants. I'm like, how do I get one of those there grants?
Actually, I managed to get one on my house.
Nice.
I don't know what you call the person actually handling your loans. It's not really like a financial advisor.
The mortgageer, or there's underwriter, or
not the underwriter, the one above the underwriter.
The overwriter.
There we go.
She nailed it.
She found one.
No,
she
there's
found one that was $25,000 because I'm doing a conventional loan. Because here there are no first home loans anywhere, or no first home houses.
Yeah, that sucks.
Nothing is first homeowner. No one wants to do that loan with people when they're selling.
Yep.
And none of the homes that are willing to do it are up to code for it.
They call them rural development loans, is what they were calling them. I was lucky enough to get that. So, and I got the Obama $8,000 tax credit when I bought my first house, so that was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't brag, Ryan.
No, I was excited because that goes in. It covers it goes into my down payment. So now I can use that towards the any repairs, like getting the electricity grounded, because it's a house from the 30s, which apparently grounding was not a thing.
That's scary.
I thought that was always a thing as long as we've had plugins, but no, apparently it was not.
I was just thinking of another situation. Oh, I'm finally feeling.
They used to have bare wires that were just hand wrapped in cloth. Is the only insulator. Houses just burned down. Is what happened.
Terrifying.
It's like, oh god, I feel so much better now that I'm over the flu. Stop bragging, Ryan.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, I just thought that was funny the way you said that.
Okay, well,
it was mainly meant in the sense that that's the first time my dad was telling me that's the first time since he's been alive that the government has ever paid somebody to buy a house. So it was like a huge thing when it happened.
It's the only way they could fix the housing market.
Yeah.
You can't fix it if no one's buying.
Well, I switched my insurance to a lower insurance because insurance rates are just skyrocketing right now with like a lot of people's mortgages, because everybody's insurance went up $1,000 because of all the tornadoes. But I went with State Farm, and they're getting me $1,400 less than what.
Like a good neighbor.
Yep, what Mercury was doing. And he said because they are a state ran, They do not care about what happens in other states and other parts of the U.S., and they're one of the only insurance companies that do not basically punish you for something else happening somewhere else. Like the California fires. Anybody that's in California and in Oklahoma, everybody in Oklahoma's rates are going up because of the California fires. So that'll help. Mercury is mailing me the escrow check, which is, you know, just so many hoops you have to jump through. It's like, when am I paying you guys, you know, all that interest for if you're making me do all the damn work?
They take forever to pay you.
Yeah.
They take forever to pay you, but try to be a couple weeks late on your
payments. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. That's what I said today. It's like, if it's money for you, it takes them 8 weeks to give it to you. But if it's money you owe them, they'll have it overnight. Like, it's like, what the hell, man?
Or else.
Bunch of crooks! Bunch of crooks! I'm watching the camera on my 3D print to make sure that it doesn't screw up.
Lag much?
You have a baby monitor? What the heck?
No, there's a camera inside the printer. I think, yeah, there's a camera in the printer. It's just like a duct taped baby camera inside the printer.
Whenever you said that, I was like envisioning you have a
No, I think you said you're gonna get the same one, Garrus, right? Or are you still shopping?
Eventually, I'll probably get that one.
It's been pretty good so far, besides my own stupidity, which there's been a lot of because
there is a lot of that.
New to printing. This thing looks like it's working fine though, so I'm happy about that. So, but yeah, I'm. Oh, and by the way,
for Warhammer.
Yeah, well, anything models, but right now mainly Warhammer. Also, Garrus,
I meant your current ones you're printing.
The current ones I'm printing are for Warhammer. Yes. I'm doing a
dice tower.
Yeah, I made her a dice tower. I'm doing a whole kit bashed orc army where it's like all customized orcs. So, because I don't care about them looking like Games Workshop's orcs. I want them to look there's much cooler designs out there in my opinion.
Well, aren't those the ones that can use their imagination to do things?
Well, the part, yeah, it's technically not kit bashed. I just say that because it's.
Yes, Wendy, it is.
I was thinking that was the one because they're the ones that can it's a fake gun, but it actually shoots real things.
Yes, kind of, yeah. That is basically kind of right.
Oh, but Garrus, this one you can fit 2 of those filters in there. By the way, there's room for 2.
Good.
There's room for 2 but 1 on each side.
Oh, nice.
So one of them blocks the camera. One of them blocks the camera a tiny bit, but not enough for it to matter. And it 2 of them tremendously helps with the smell. Like I can barely smell it at all now.
That's how mine. I barely smell mine with 1.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Does 3D printing smell bad?
The resin smells bad.
Oh yeah, just a strong chemical smell.
Yeah, it's not like a sulfur or anything like that. It's just very chemical and very pungent.
Okay. Kind of like if you were having really strong cleaning chemicals, that kind of thing.
Yeah, honestly,
that makes sense.
It kind of has it almost has a little bit of a burnt rubber smell. A little bit.
Ew.
See that?
So it's not the greatest, but you gotta get used to it. And I've got a window open and tons of filtration. So
halfway through this, you're gonna pass out from fume inhalation.
I'll start mixing guys up. It's like, dude, I'm Nixie. Why do you keep calling me Krevlin?
Because the 3D fumes.
You look like a Krevlin. All right.
Well, there's one key difference. I'm wearing pants.
It reminds me of the Viva La Dirt League, where he's like, my name is Poop McDingle Fart. He's like, you look like a McDingle Fart. All right. We'll get started here in the next probably minute, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start the audio for us. So you're going to hear it here in a second. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, guys, welcome back. It's been quite a long time. It feels like forever. we did skip last week because we had a couple people out with the flu, so we appreciate all of you being here and being present as we continue. And the recap, you guys, to leave off, you guys had encountered a individual that you were supposed to meet out here to give the map and the ledger back to in exchange for a vaccine or cure, whatever you want to call it, antidote for the poison that had hit everybody but Krevlin. So that was a day that Krevlin was probably having the best day out of everybody. And went through the minecarts to discover the children down below, which Master Yin was able to sense because of his abilities. And you were able to defuse the situation, save the children, come back through the mountain pass in which a giant monster followed you out. You were able to lose it in the commotion and the running and the hiding. And I think at that point you guys had gotten back to the horses and were preparing to camp, I believe. So
yeah, most of us slept, I think.
Wasn't
Krevlin-
there?
Krevlin
What?
woke me up to
You
try
think he
that
was
crazy.
quite mean to me?
yeah,
Okay.
so it left off with you two just basically
rainbow one for you.
taking turns wearing the amulet and discovering some real scary shit.
Me?
I
He was
do.
quite mean.
Yeah,
Well, I stormed off into the woods and then Daenerys followed me.
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna treat me like a pet. I get it.
So that's where we'll leave. That's where we'll start. That's where we'll leave. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. No, that's that's where we will pick back up. So so Lymphy storms off into the forest, and Daenerys goes after her. Nixie and Rolo's face is just planted in soup. He's getting some extra Z's.
I don't even know where he got the soup this time.
Yeah, it's weird. Every time he lays his head down, there's soup. It's weird. So yeah, you guys.
Maybe it's a weird gift from his god or something.
Maybe. Like, holy oath soup. Otheos soup.
Otheos.
Oh, it's quite super. It's a Super Bowl of soup.
Ooh. How relevant for the upcoming Super Bowl.
For the what?
Garrus, you're gonna be at my house more than your own this weekend. You've got Friday 40K, Saturday D&D, and Sunday Super Bowl party. So
Slumber party.
I'm gonna spend the whole weekend there at that
yeah,
point.
might as well just sleep in the guest room. Anyway,
Actually.
okay, so yeah, you guys go ahead and
Sabotage the relationship.
we'll pick it back up there. So Daenerys, you go off into the forest, and what are you going after her? What are you saying to her?
I'm gonna go after her if I can catch up to her. I don't
Yeah,
know
you
how
can-
fast she's going.
She jumped on a bike and took off. No, you can.
Yeah.
You can fly.
No, I would say like whenever you caught up to me, I'm probably just like on my knees in the forest, like just upset.
Okay. Hey, Olympy. So that was kind of out of character. Is I mean, we haven't been together long, but we've created quite a bond.
You're cutting out a little bit.
So I'm gonna shake you up that much.
You cut
I
out.
can't tell whenever you're done speaking.
Yeah, you're
cutting out.
You're cutting out a lot.
How about now?
That's a little better.
Yay, no more soup for me. I'm on a diet.
Yeah, your face was like slowly going towards the soup.
Trying to resist the urge, guys.
Must be some really good.
Yeah. So, what's up, Olympy? Like, what happened?
I don't know. I put on that amulet and it took me to this some like alternate dimension. I remember taking it off and just feeling so angry. Like something came over me. I'm not sure what it was, but sometimes in my past I get these glimpses of memories that I don't know where they're coming from, and I just get so angry and something takes over me, but it's never been bad like that before. I've never yelled at someone that I've cared about. I don't know what happened.
And it was nowhere that you recognized?
No, it was some weird shadowy realm with this eye, and there was a voice speaking to me, and it triggered something that I don't know what exactly.
Well, you
I
seem
just
really
felt
upset with.
I just don't. He kills people. Just something didn't sit right with me about just because he deems someone bad. I think that everyone has bad and good. Who is he to decide? Who is this God to decide that that person deserves to die?
Well, I'm no better person. When we were in danger and backed in a corner, I made some decisions. So I can't preach to you about anything. But it's your decision alone on your opinion on that. But I think that as of right now, we have a really strong bond as a group. And maybe there's more to the story.
Yeah. But did he seem very upset when you left camp?
You know, I was just one way focused on you. Because it was just very
Well,
out of character.
Even though I don't really want to talk about it, I guess I should try and go and apologize.
Yeah. Or he might be sleeping still. He might have gotten a couple Z's in. So maybe that's with sunrise. We start anew and we start that conversation.
Okay, well, let's head back to camp then.
So as you guys finish that conversation, you do both notice, especially you, Elenthe, being a druid, you notice quite a strong breeze kind of flow through both of you, and a bunch of leaves start flying off in towards a direction. You don't know exactly what it indicates, but it's very odd this deep into where you're at, like this forest area, that a gust like that would just come through this part. So you're not exactly sure what's going on, but it definitely catches your mind.
So that was weird, right? That gust of wind?
You know, at this point, I don't put anything past not being weird. We've had quite the adventure in the last even 12 hours, so my nerves are still pretty shot. So yeah, I didn't like it.
Should we go back? Should we investigate that?
How adventurous are you feeling?
Well, I'm not that excited to get back to Crevlin, so let's go figure out what that was.
I'll follow you.
Okay, we go after the direction that the wind was blowing.
Krevlin, what are you doing? What are you doing at the camp right now?
So is this like night, next morning? Is it overnight? I don't.
Based on when you woke her up, it's still early, like we'll say probably 3 a.m. at this point. So it's still, there's still some resting that can be done if people want to, but you can also kind of, you could probably get by still achieving a long rest, but your character, as far as like your character goes, it may make you grumpy. That's up to you.
Okay.
Enough sleep that you're good, but not of sound mind.
In that case, like I guess be worried that they went on their own. I don't want to like. I've got two groups of 2 people split. I'm the one. 2 of them are asleep. 2 of them are awake, and the 2 that are awake left. I guess maybe I could just bridge the gap and head that way. And if I see there's trouble,
sure,
we'll grab the other 2.
Okay. After a few moments, you do start seeing them coming through the tree line. You're not too far from camp, maybe 60 or 70 feet.
Okay. I'd like to do it in a way that like maybe they don't see me. Like I don't want to be like caught.
Okay. Do you want to hide? Do you want to hide, or you just want to be like?
Are they
uninterested?
Oh yeah, hide. I don't want them to see me at all.
Make a stealth check.
Are they heading back to camp or are they leaving?
It appears they're leaving or they're coming back towards camp.
So the gust of wind led us back toward camp?
That's what it seems so.
Said stealth.
Yes.
What kind of check?
Stealth.
Just 13.
Okay. You feel you're hidden.
I am.
Alinthi, you're not. You thought you saw something out of the corner of your eye. Daenerys, you definitely see him. So, but yeah.
I'll just kind of give him like a questioning like glance his way, but I won't make known of it.
You guys notice that Rolo takes his face out of his soup.
Yay!
Yay.
Well,
Oh, morning already?
Sleep and no one else is there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
technically
guys-
haven't left camp. I'm not
Oh,
leaving
okay.
the
So you all just
unconscious man
leave Rolo
unguarded.
asleep at camp, and you come
What,
back to him half
Are you
eaten.
asleep, Nixie?
Yeah, like I said, I'm just making sure that like they went off. I was just gonna make sure they were safe. I don't necessarily want them to.
You know,
see
the
me,
kids are there,
barging-
too.
Like I'm
I have
barging
like
in
a
on
peg
them. So
leg the
I
rest
guess
of the game.
if I see them heading back, I'll head back as well. And
Okay, he's a pirate paladin. All right, so
we need to sleep some more, or
yeah. So I will say this: you have enough sleep that I will not force you into not achieving a long rest, but it is a lack of sleep to the sense that it wasn't quality sleep, so that may weigh on you in different ways depending on the road ahead. So it's up to you guys if you want to start now and
What do we,
continue on, or to rest.
what do we
more.
have left to do? Do we need to give out? I mean, there's that monster. But it's obviously not good sleep. There's that big monster that chased us. So maybe we should put some distance. If we're awake, if we can make it, maybe we should put some distance between us and that monster.
That is probably a good idea.
The kids are all kind of like,
Is there is there somewhere that we need to head in particular, or is there a should we just like head back and bring these kids back to their families?
We should take the kids back first. It'll be very hard for us to keep them with us for very long, especially if we want to keep them safe.
Yes, a good idea. Let's take them back.
yeah. So with the kids, you guys are gonna have to do more of a probably more like, I mean, you can put the kids on horses, but there's gonna be a lot more walking involved. So it's gonna take you longer to travel with this many people. They may be kids, but your horses can't handle that much weight with all of you plus those kids. So you're gonna have to take turns, and it's gonna slow you down a little bit. But I mean, you can't. What are you gonna do? Leave 5 kids in the middle of a forest with a giant monster? Probably not a good idea. Probably not in any of your characters to do such. So
I'll
Yeah,
just stay walking and let 2 kids ride my horse.
okay,
Same.
all right. And then 1 kid can ride with whoever else. So
Me?
yep, that works. So yeah, you guys start heading back to the Pale Moon stretch, basically heading back up the road north of the Emerald Fields and the mountain pass of where you came from. Is there anything anybody's wanting to do along this journey before we potentially skip ahead?
Can
I'll
I roll
just,
nature to see if I can teach some of the kids some wild food?
Feed the kids, or what do you want to do?
Well, to feed them and to show them different like
Oh,
plants, just
gotcha,
to entertain them on the way. 'Cause
Sure.
anyone who's had a kid on a long trip knows that they're absolutely miserable on a long trip.
Make a medicine, or I'm sorry, not a medicine. Make a nature check or a survival check.
I went with nature, and it's a 22.
Okay, yeah, you were able to, you were
Here,
able
kiddos, look.
to
These roots are edible.
show
Just
them
pull it
quite
up.
a few tasty treats.
Careful, that one's spicy.
Kid's like, why is it spicy? As he's like eating it.
Told you it was spicy.
Ah.
And I'll sing to I'll sing very much sing to them on the way as well.
Okay.
And just as we're like
Road
as we're
trip
starting
songs.
the travel, just all right, little one, get around. I mean, I know that things have been scary. You haven't been. You're free now. We're gonna go to your village. There's gonna be a bunch of. You're gonna have your warm hearts. You're gonna have happy songs. Everything's waiting ahead of you your whole life. So, come with me, and we'll we'll fill our whole story with stories and songs, and we're going to turn all of that evil darkness into a bright adventure. We're going to leave behind all of the scariness, and we're going to head home. There's just going to be laughter and sunshine and brightness on the trip ahead.
And amongst the kids, there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah,
Come children, the road is clear. The village calls is drawing near. There are no more monsters here.
So yeah, you're playing your instrument and singing, and it's starting to calm all the jangled nerves. So the kids start to loosen up a little bit, and they kind of clap along with the parts of the song that clapping is relevant in. There's there's that one kid that like claps way too much, and all the other kids are looking at him like, what the hell?
That's my kid right. That kid right there. That's my jam. That's my kid.
The kid on the horse with you.
Yep.
That kid is awesome. Yes.
As you guys
that's what I want with me.
As you guys are riding ahead, Rolo, make me a perception check. Just Rolo. You're muted. Oh, there you go.
Okay, 1 second. Perception. It's pulling up.
You're good.
I have to pull my D&D Beyond before I can do a perception check.
Make me a perception check. I can't do it, Captain! I don't have the power! More power!
Okay. Characters. Okay. And it's perception?
Yep.
Nine.
Okay. So as everybody's riding forward, Rolo, you kind of like look up ahead, just as you would, riding a horse, and looking up ahead, and you notice in the distance what looks like a hooded person that's just kind of like sitting there, and you can't make full like eye contact from here, and you can't really see anything other than it is obviously a humanoid, and they are obviously hooded. You kind of look towards them, and as you're kind of looking over to the rest of the group to like say something, you kind of look back towards the path, and the hooded person is gone. You can make out a brown, kind of a like different shades of brown type hood. Didn't seem like it was like, from what you could tell, it didn't seem like it was fashionable. Just basically old.
How big was he?
You from that distance, your best guess is probably average height of a humanoid, probably a little under 6 feet tall. Five and
Okay,
five
I'm
and a
gonna
half
let
feet,
everybody.
probably.
Can I let everybody know real quick?
Yeah.
There's somebody up ahead and point that direction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let everybody know. Yeah, give them a heads up.
Okay, so Rolo points out he saw something ahead. Everybody else looking towards the path, you saw nothing. Even if you,
I think I'm crazy.
Someone?
Yeah, they were wearing like a brown hood looking thing, and but I just saw like a split second. So I mean, is it dark outside right now? Is that going on?
The sun is basically setting, so
Okay.
you can see it in the distance, kind of coming up through the tree line, but it's still very dark.
How far away is it?
Like the person that you saw,
Yeah, like how many feet?
I'd say probably 300 or 400 feet ahead.
Okay. So I'll tell. Yeah, it's like 400 feet down there. Like I saw somebody wearing like a brown thing. It looked like an average like humanoid person, but I only saw them like a split second, and now they're not there anymore. So
As
Let's put the kids in the middle and surround them real quick, just in case.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
The kids,
I can ride up front as well if you'd like.
Yes.
the kids
That
start.
might be a good idea.
The kids start looking at you all kind of concerned, like, why are they putting us in the middle? Is everything okay? All of them are starting to look a little bit worried.
It's a new game.
It's called Don't Die!
Children, no worries. You saw us before. We can take care of any threats along the way, but just stay here in the middle. Stay close to me. Come on, gather around.
Yep,
We'll be all right. We're just going to keep traveling.
Okay. You get to the point of where you saw that individual, Rolo. Are you wanting to look around?
Yeah. Do I need like an investigation?
Just make another perception check.
Okay. Awesome.
Unless you want to get off your horse, but if you just want to look around as you're riding by, just make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
You got it.
12.
12. So you're looking around. You don't see anything like footsteps, or not footsteps, but like footprints or anything that would have been caused by that. You don't see any, like, your best instinct of anything rustled out of the way, sticks broken nearby, stuff that you would check if a person was going through the forest. At this time, though, as you're, like, looking over there and you are all doing this, everybody gets hit with this gust of wind that just, similar to the one that you guys felt in the forest, and it goes through all of you, and all the kids' hair kind of, like, waves with it, and a couple pieces of, like, loose grass and leaves kind of blow by.
Denary, that's the same wind we felt last night.
That's exactly
early
what I was
this morning.
That doesn't
Yeah.
feel natural.
I think something's
Something's-
amiss.
Something suspicious is going on.
Be on alert.
Something suspicious
We're-
seems to
we're
be
like
our
on a
lives at
path,
this point.
Like, we're like on a straight path, like through.
So at this point, you guys have made it through out of the forest, mountainous area. You're now coming up to across the path where you found the path that takes you. That if you stay on this path going northeast, will take you all the way back to. First, you'll hit Issei, and then you'll hit Pelmoon.
So is it just
Hey,
like
we merged back onto
open
the highway.
plain?
Yeah, so you're on the
Or-
main. You're on the main trade road. So that you guys will be coming up to the crossroads pretty soon, where where basically it X off into 3 different directions, and there's usually a lot of people like trade and carts and things like that at that location.
But is there like a bunch of trees or hills, or can we see pretty far, like around us in all directions?
There's still high grass everywhere because the Emerald Fields is just grass.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you see the path ahead that there is no grass on. That looks like it's probably man-made. Definitely not natural. And other than being very dirty, you don't see anything further up ahead, but you do see all the grass in the way. So seeing past that's a little difficult.
So if I were to wild shape into a cat and maybe sit on top of Rolo's head, could I get a pretty good vantage point?
I'd give you advantage on perception checks.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Rolo, can I just climb up here real quick? And then
On my head.
I
Oh,
just
what are you
jump-
doing? Oh.
Limbs while I'm sleeping. And...
He's like, oh, you're a cat now. Oh, yeah, and you're climbing on my head. Okay, great.
And then I
Nice.
just want to see if I can see like that weird cloaked figure that he saw.
Yeah, sure. I mean, cats have better
whole
vision
level of
anyways,
trust
don't they?
fund.
So what would that be?
To do what?
If I want to try and look around for that figure
Perception
or
check.
anything suspicious going on.
Perception check. If you want to go out into the grass, you can turn it into investigation. But if
Well,
you
I'm just gonna because I want to be able to see far away in any
yeah,
direction.
just perception,
if I
but
see
you can do it
anything
with
suspicious.
do it with advantage.
You don't need that.
Rolo's
The first one was 2, so let's hope I do better.
Rolo's like litter boxes.
3.
Litter boxes are my preferred terrain.
I got a 2 and then a 3, so let's go with 3. Well, actually,
Okay.
but 3,
We'll pay extra for this kind
7, so 7.
7 with
Yeah.
advantage.
Yes.
You don't see shit.
How
Well,
about
the first roll was 2 and the second roll was 3, so
Oh,
I
wow.
blame your dice tag.
Hey, that's you
Like mine?
did 100% better.
mine?
Can I use augury?
Go ahead and read it for me.
You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah. You-
And components.
Sure.
So, my components could be marked sticks, bones, or cards, or other divination tokens. Can I have a scrying book?
Yeah, so if you have a focus, a spell focus like a wand you carry or a weapon you carry that you focus your spells through, unless they are like money components, I do not require you to have materials to cast certain spells. Now, if it's like if you want to resurrect somebody and it's a diamond that's worth 500 gold, you have to have the diamond. But if it doesn't tell you that you have to have something worth a certain amount of gold, then you can cast it with just your focus.
It says or other divination tokens worth 25 plus gold.
Yeah, so
GP.
I would say in that case, your character would have like a scrying book, so you can just indicate that that's enough. So we'll say that your spell focus is through your scrying book.
Okay.
Because you like to journal anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So I want to cast that on just the course of action of getting to the next town. Could I do that, or is that too broad?
So you can certainly do it. The result may not be, 100% correct, but you can choose to ascertain that however you want. So you cast Augury, and you sit there for a second, kind of focus, and you guys kind of see Daenerys like sitting there with her eyes shut, and they open back up, and they've got this like kind of like milky white color in them. And what you see when this is happening is it's almost like your dark vision activating, Daenerys, but everything around you that is irrelevant starts to fade. The kids like kind of talking and laughing together starts to fade. Krevlin's singing starts to fade. Rollo like going like this to the cat on his head.
I'm just dancing on his shoulders. He's just missing me every time.
Starts to fade, and Nixie kind of just skipping along with the kids starts to fade, and everything around you is fading. And then like it's like you blink for a second, you open your eyes, and there's nothing else around you except for you on your horse, and you see what looks like the grass, like this like wind hits the grass one direction, and then spins around and shoots it the other direction, and all the grass starts moving. In the area in which it wants you to go, and you do notice that in doing so, it's weird. It's almost like the trees around you are talking to you. Or, I'm sorry, the grass around you is talking to you. And
does anybody have like detect magic or anything like that, like to see anything along those lines?
Any effect that, like, anytime that there's a decision you need to make as far as where to go for the spell's duration, you're going to have a similar effect. Right now it's just telling you to go in the direction you're going.
Okay, so just following the wind.
Following the wind, yep.
Okay.
Does she stay seeing nothing the whole time the spell is casted, or does it
No, so it'll go in and out. If she needs to change direction, it will happen again, and it'll change direction.
Like our own little compass.
Okay, guys, I think we should follow the wind.
Follow suspicious
Which direction's the wind?
Right now, the wind's kind of going in a northeast trajectory.
Okay.
But definitely keep it in the middle and just be on point.
Is it like going into the woods? Like,
nope.
Would we go
No, you're just right now. You're surrounded by grass. So the Emerald Fields is very high grass, like unnaturally high grass, like probably almost as tall as you are, Rollo. And
I've just got a face full of grass.
And but yeah, you're on a path.
Sorry,
so
if he's on a horse and I'm on his head.
So I have a quick question.
You're above the grass slightly, yes.
It says so as far as this location, is this? I mean, I'm not familiar with this area because we haven't ever been through here before.
Uh-huh.
And it says, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar with you. So an obvious location. If I were to cast clairvoyance, which means that I can see and sense things around me within a mile.
Okay.
But it says it's an area that I'm familiar with, or if it's an obvious location that is unfamiliar with me. I'm not quite sure what it means by an obvious location.
Yeah, so I would think obvious location would be something like a city or a town where it's obvious that you're there. Probably not out in the middle of nowhere. That's how I would, like, unless it specifies, that's how I would interpret that. But
it says such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees.
Okay, so I would say
I guess an obvious location is like I'm not quite sure what's going around me.
Yeah.
So, but not just generally somewhere around me, but a specific right over there.
Gotcha.
Which I don't have.
Yeah. So Yeah, I would say if you wanted to do that, it may not be the exact result you're wanting, but it may not hurt either. So it's up to you what you want to do. Yeah, go ahead.
When I cast a spell, it means that I can either see or hear. I can't do both. As if I was in the space that I'm casting it at. So
okay. So it's kind of like you become a beacon that sits in one spot, basically.
Yeah, I would want to know. Like, I guess this probably won't work because I'm not really familiar with the area. So I would want to be able to see kind of like something around us, like what's going on, what's causing this. But I don't know where it is, so I can't really.
Yeah, I'd say without more. I'd say if you ever come back to this place, that might work as you go through here. But yeah, familiarity right now is not going to be very high.
Well, didn't we travel this way to get to the mountain?
You wouldn't have came exactly through this. You would have. I think you guys actually cut through grass to save time.
I think we're going to a different village than we came from.
Well, you're going to Issei, I assume.
Oh, are we?
So.
Well, wherever these kids are from.
The kids don't know how to get there. They're like 5 and 4.
But where they're from? Do they know what town they're from?
Most of them, the ones that are able to actually talk relevantly, like to where you think what they're saying is true and they're not just being a kid, just because of lack of wisdom and intelligence at that age. One of them does mention to say that they live in a fishing village near Issei, so that would be a good place to probably start.
Okay.
There's going to be people there that will be able to help them too. Like you guys you're not the type of group that's going to want kids tagging along with you any longer than you need to, because it's just going to be putting them in constant danger. So.
What?
Right.
Not a super challenge?
It's like, in fact, we're going to go back to the town and get some more kids. Like.
We're going to take on a demigod with them.
Yeah, because this is going to be a really hard campaign. Little Georgie's dead.
Kids are a great distraction for Driders.
There you go.
Oh, look at all the little snacks.
All right, so...
Oh, no.
I didn't know they come in fun size.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's not what I wanted at all. No.
I didn't think I'd have to do that voice this early again. So,
the opposite of what I wanted.
PTSD flashback to the cat. Scratching the roll.
Oh, Lindsay, I got a nice spot. I'll clear it up for you.
Anyway, yeah, no. So yeah, you're making your way towards Issei. So I would say with the since you're on foot, it's going to take a lot longer. So you guys are probably going to have to do a couple more long rests before you're going to get back. So
you said the sun's already setting, so
yeah, I mean, but we're also pushing through time quickly. D&D, like, it's the only game where a 2-week travel takes 20 seconds and a 20-second battle takes 2 fucking hours. So yeah. So
we're not gonna like set up camp or anything.
I mean, you can push it for exhaustion if you want, or you can set up camp and go from there. Everybody go ahead and make general perception checks. I'm sure everybody's trying to making sure that they're not being followed to some extent, being that you were being tracked by a giant scary monster earlier.
How do I make
I'm not doing very good.
Perception?
I'm so distracted.
So as a cat, I add...
Oh, yeah. As you keep all of your... As a druid, you keep all of your mental stats, so your perception's still the same as your normal perception.
I got a 19 on perception.
As a druid, if you turned somebody into a cat, no, they'd be a cat.
Perception.
Nice.
That was an 8.
So, yeah, as far as you guys know, there's nothing following you. You feel pretty confident. The wind is a little weird, but it seems to be helpful at the moment, so you're not too worried about it.
I give
like
Rolo a little meow that lets him know everything's okay.
Meow. Like, just like pats your head.
I'm purring to make sure everything's okay.
So, yeah, at this point, Daenerys, once again, everything around you, like, it's like slow motion. You're just like looking around. You can hear your own heartbeat, and you're kind of like looking around, and the wind changes direction off the path towards the right into the grass.
Like one specific spot, or it continuously goes?
It's going through this area, pushing like the actual grass out of the way, almost like it's something is beckoning you to go that direction.
So like we have to walk through the grass and get off the path.
If that's what she tells you guys, You don't
Right.
see it, so.
So the wind's changing, but I don't want to take the kids to investigate necessarily. So I'm going to ask Alinthi if she would like to go investigate with me a little bit further along where the wind's taking us. Are you still a cat though at this point?
I'm still a cat.
That's
So I can
okay. She can
understand
still
her, right?
investigate pretty good.
Yeah, you still
No.
have your investigation.
Okay, so
Oh, and you can understand speech. You just can't speak back in common.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We
I
don't
jump
understand
down off
you.
of Rolo and climb onto Daenerys.
Yeah, eventually you'll be high enough that you can talk in your pet form, I believe. So.
So, well, good
Alright.
question. Sorry, that just made me think of something.
Uh-huh.
How do I learn other animals to wild shape into?
When you discover them, you basically just need to make either nature checks or animal handling checks, and I will
Yes,
determine if that's something you can turn into or not.
That's fine.
I see.
Is the Nightbringer considered an animal?
Is what?
The Nightbringer considered an animal?
Can
she
you
can
imagine?
already turn into a spider, so
Like, no, specifically the Nightbringer, though. Can you imagine?
yeah, I can imagine. But that difficulty class is way too high to be able to, or challenge rating way too high to be able to turn into.
Like Mortal
What is
Kombat
that,
where you're
like
just
three?
changing
Four?
Level 6 druid, demigod, like
Are we saying what? She's like a 3 or 4?
yeah, maybe
Is that the challenge
That's
rating?
funny.
challenge rating 5. You guys can take her.
5. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
she
are you gonna
she
tell everyone where we're going?
she one shot at a minotaur, but it's okay.
Well, I'm not a minotaur.
That's true.
So,
You'll probably
I'm
be
fine.
okay.
Hey guys, Alinthi and I are gonna go scout ahead. The wind's changing up. Could you keep an eye on the kids and just stay
Yeah.
on guard?
Okay.
Aye.
All right.
Alright.
Stick back with the
Alinthi.
kids.
Yep. So as you guys are going
Comfort them, keep them safe.
up to the grassed area, Alinthi, you and Daenerys both, especially you, Daenerys, because your spell is still somewhat active, but it's starting to fade back to the reality that you're in, and you guys both, everybody else feels it, but you don't see it as much as them because they're further ahead. That same gust of wind shoots back through the grass and starts moving the grass out of the way as you're kind of like walking into that, kind of like what is happening, and you just keep walking that direction. I'd say it's probably about 80 or 90 feet in, you get to a clearing that has what looks like a little kind of like a little pond with a rock slab, kind of almost looks like it. This really looks like it was man-made. It's not like a natural thing. It looks very clean. And behind that, you notice a somewhat familiar, the somewhat familiar like shape and everything else, with the sunlight starting to come in more, so you're able to see a little bit more. There is a minotaur that is sitting there with his hammer on his shoulder, looking at you guys and kind of like scratching his face like this. And as the wind gusts back through, you guys see a what looks like almost like the image of, if you've ever seen the movie Predator, where it looks what it looks like when it's cloaked, something that's almost like cloaked coming back into not being visible any longer, spinning by you guys with the wind, and you see that same fairy from before stop in front of you guys and look over at the minotaur and say, all right, don't panic, just want to talk, just want to talk. Oh, Druid, you're a cat right now? Okay, just want to talk. I don't speak cat, so you may have to get up out of that. Unless you want to do the talking, I'm okay with that. And as this is happening, you see the Minotaur in the back, like... And she turns around to him and says, calm down, big guy. Everything's going to be
I kind of
fine.
get my sword and stuff up, like, ready to go. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
if they yell at this vantage point, you're not exactly sure what's happening yet. So they're pretty far ahead of you guys, and there's grass everywhere. So,
Okay.
but you can definitely be prepared as you normally would be.
Okay, so I don't even know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on yet.
Not
so, Yeah, so the Minotaur kind of
everywhere. I have no idea what's going on.
The Minotaur starts walking towards you guys, and the fairy once again. All right, again, introductions. My name's Quinn. What's your name? She's just kind of floating there.
I feel like that's not important. We need to speed this up.
Okay, fair enough. Well, got a little bit of a problem, and so we're gonna have to go with a little bit of trust here, which I know hasn't exactly been earned, but I can possibly help with that. You see, beyond what you may believe, a situation has happened in which, well, we were able to get away, but unfortunately, Master Yin was not. And Artemis, show them. Artemis kind of walks up and he pulls the part of his cloak off of his armor and kind of pulls it off of his chest, and it is a symbol of Pale Moon on his shoulder. See, everything's okay. We're good guys, okay? We know you're involved in the Monroe situation. We are spies against Monroe. Therefore, we cannot give away our information in any situation where there is another person present. Master Yin knows this, which is why he gave Artie back here a nice little love tap. And then Artemis walks up, did not even hurt. And he, like, sits there and kind of, like, puts his cloak back over his shoulder and his club on his shoulder and just... That's the spirit, Artie. All right. As I said, I'm Quinn. This is Artemis. I know that we need to speed this up. I know you guys are in a hurry, but we are here to help. And we're going to need your help as much as you're going to need ours, because Master Yin is definitely in trouble.
Okay.
So I'm going to, as a cat, really quickly run back to everybody else.
Okay.
And then wild shape back into a human.
You got it.
Before they catch up back to us.
Okay.
Guys, don't freak out when we walk up to this situation, okay? We're gonna need to exercise a little bit of restraint, a little bit of trust. There was a development, that strange wind happening was, you know, that weird little fairy pixie thing from yesterday that was hanging out with the Minotaur?
Yeah, the one that attacked us and probably killed our dear Mr. Yin.
Yes, well, it turns out that those guys are actually Pale Moon spies, and they are just up ahead talking to Daenerys. So don't freak out whenever we walk up.
Yeah, that's cool. So in the matter of a few seconds, you completely trust them, but somebody who you've had time to build a trust with, in an instant, you just throw that all away and scream in their face. All right, cool. Yeah, well, let's go trust them instantly.
With that being said, you guys get back to the clearing and Daenerys dead. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Not even in the slightest bit bitter about this. That's fine.
She's become Daenerys soup.
Instantly trust somebody who was clearly an enemy, somebody who's clearly an ally. Yeah. Oh no, he's killed somebody. We've all killed somebody. That's what we do. But fine. No, let's go trust them instantly. I'm gonna stomp
I'm not saying
I'm gonna stomp that way.
I'm gonna run after him.
Wait. I think I'm on Krevlin's side here. I don't think that this is I feel like he's going to have to roll a nat 20 on this.
Krevlin,
Which one of these dice do I roll?
Call me the near gobsmack.
Can I explain?
With disadvantage.
Oh shit! That means 2.
Yeah, I'm listening because you're my friend.
Let's just see what's going on first.
We hear our friends out. That's fine. Yes, I'll listen to you.
I trust people all the time to try to kill me.
He rolls 2d12s and says 6.
I'm so sorry, Krevlin. That weird amulet. There was a voice and something came over me, and I felt so angry, and I'm so sorry.
Was it the yellow eye? The yellow eye. I don't trust that yellow eye for nothing. Oh my god.
I totally
That's
understand
fine. Yeah.
why
we can
you'd
talk.
be angry at me.
Hey, let's make one of those weird guys hold it, and then if they, don't die when they hold it, like if they go and it's just cool, and they're just like, oh, this is no big deal. That's probably a good sign that we shouldn't trust them. I think that's a good test of trust.
All right,
because
Galantrie, my
normal
dear,
people touch that
Trust.
thing and it freaks them out.
of anything, I can definitely know that you other 5 here with me, I can trust you guys.
Tie him to a tree.
5
Attune to this!
You 4, I can trust you guys, and I trust you. Okay, my dear? So, we will talk about this later, but this is a bit more pressing. So let's go, let's head over there.
Yeah.
Kids in the back.
And we could definitely keep our guard up, but I just didn't want
Keep
you
our
guys
guard up,
to,
kids
to
in the
panic.
back, and I will... No worries.
Okay, so while this is happening, Daenerys, Quinn goes, they've been gone for a while. Is everything okay? Do we need to go check on them?
No, they'll come along.
Okay.
But how dire is the situation?
Well, the people who caught him want him dead, so pretty dire. But Monroe's a little sloppy when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's one of those people that likes to talk a lot, so he usually waits to kill people, but Master Yin's...
Oh, right, I'm here, everybody.
Oh!
Did you say people who like to talk a lot?
Sure did. Hey, you. I'm Quinn. This is Artemis. He's like,
Yeah, I remember. The ones with the slaves?
and he takes the thing off and pulls it open, and then shows you the symbol.
Is there anything that I might have any insight that this is truthful, or is there any possible deception that I'm sensing?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, can I do the same thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I would be in the same boat as
20!
Prevalent. I'm not going to trust anybody in this type of a
Yep.
situation.
You got it. So
That's a 20.
with a 20, let's see what Rolo gets
A
first.
7.
Okay, so Rolo,
I trust them.
you need friends, so this might be a good opportunity to make some more. Krevlin, you are
Totally
not
behind it.
you are not without your worries, and they are relevant in this circumstance, given the situation. However, they are wearing, well, I mean, him specifically is wearing the Pelmoon symbol, and that is engraved into the armor that is made specifically for something his size. So unless he killed something that was specifically his size and took its armor, which is possible but is unlikely, things like that, little tidbits of his voice and her voice, you don't notice any like stutters that a liar would normally make or anything like that. Being a charismatic person, you're pretty good at knowing when people are bullshitting you. You do not sense any immediate bullshit. It seems genuine to the best of your
I'll narrow my
knowledge.
eyes and I'll be like, I'll hear you out just because it's possible that my dear friend could be in danger. And if this is the only opportunity we have to help him, then yes, I will hear you out.
Good.
And I will listen.
We barely got away. Did you guys happen to see like a big scary monster with a bunch of mouths?
Yeah, you couldn't have taken care of that?
Well, we tried, but that thing's pretty resilient. It grabbed us both. Luckily, I was able to hit it with some thunder to knock it off of good old Artie here. But Master Yin, it got him pretty good, and it dragged him back towards some area. We kind of tracked it for a while to make sure that we knew exactly where it was nesting at. And we thought about going in alone, but, I mean, we can't handle that thing by ourselves.
Does it reason at all? Do you know much about this thing? Like, we've got 5 bargaining chips here tagging along. I kid. It's a joke.
So
It's a joke.
Artie looks at you and he's like, "That is not funny. Poor little children."
Probably scared.
He like puts his giant minotaur hand towards one of them and is like, "Tickle, tickle." She's like, "Ah!" And like runs behind Olymphi. I did not mean to scare you.
Yes, obviously it's important for us to help Master Yen, but we also have these children that need to get back to the city.
Yes.
So
We must.
time is kind of important in both of them. Unless we could get a message to the city for somebody to meet us halfway, take the children to safety, and then we can deal with this.
That's
what
I don't
exactly
exactly have
was
any kind of messaging abilities. My forte is more elemental magic, and Artie here just swings his weapon and gets really angry. So, and I don't think that's gonna help right now. Yeah. Anybody else got any kind of messaging magic?
I don't know. Wait. Let me see.
The only thing I think I have would be like Define Familiar, you can talk through it, right?
So when you're in,
I do have message. It's within 120 feet though. It won't be very good.
Message isn't going to help in that
We have
circumstance.
animal
Limpy,
messenger, maybe?
Can you turn into like some little tiny like insect or something type thing and sneak around?
Well, it depends on how far it would be to get to
Not so much sneak as much it is speed that we need right now.
Like fly.
Yeah, we need to get to the city quickly and talk to someone to have them meet us and take these kids.
Now, we could do this, and if one of you wants to accompany me, or two of you wants to accompany me, I understand. But this is dire strains here. What if Artie and I escort the children back, and you guys help you in, or one of you come with me, or we split the party? It's up to you guys.
You want to be safe with the kids on the way back to the village, and send us with the big mouthy monster.
I mean, your concerns are relevant, but you have a better idea?
We're trying to figure it out. So
We can go together. We can go together to drop the kids off at the nearest village, but that's gonna cut into time.
Is that we are stronger and more powerful than both of you? Yes.
Well, sure. If that makes you help us.
We are stronger and more powerful. Why don't you guys it just takes one of you to lead the kids back. One of you could take the kids back. The other one come with us.
Unfortunately, if I go too far from Artie or he goes too far from me, we lose all of our magic.
Hey, you know this Master Yin guy does still owe us a lot of money. Just saying.
He's also real handsome. Real handsome.
This particular, you guys don't really have this information yet, but as players, this particular barbarian is a barbarian archetype that I've created. It's called Fairy Blade. It's basically a barbarian that casts elemental magic through the fairy, and they're together. If they are more than 100 feet apart, any magic abilities stop working.
Okay.
So can you speak through Find Familiar or no?
I mean, you can speak as the animal, but that's not going to help if they don't speak whatever you're going to turn into, like butterfly or...
Butterfly?
Yeah, and if you happen to catch somebody who speaks butterfly, you'll be in good shape.
The notoriously fast creature.
I speak fluent butterfly.
You see a little elderly man go, I never thought my butterfly degree would help me here. And he just takes you and puts you in his collection.
Well, dang, so I don't think we have any way to contact the nearest village quickly enough.
Well, if we leave now and try to hurry... Listen, Artie's pretty fast, and...
How far away is Master Yen with this creature? Where do we have to go? Do we have to backtrack back to the mountain?
We have to go right back where we just were.
We were pretty far... You guys have gone pretty far from where we were. The only reason why
we are going back to the mountain, though. That's where
That's where Master Yen was taken, yes. But we only found you guys because this really strange wind seems to be leading us in directions we need. So
that wasn't you?
So the wind isn't from you?
I mean, I can make wind.
That was you.
I can make wind, but that wasn't me.
So there seems to be a third party here wanting us to work together. They sent us here for a reason.
You think it could be a message from Master
Don't look at me. I only know everything.
Okay.
Tell us what's going on. Okay, so we have to figure out who's taking the kids back and who's going.
I think we should focus on taking the kids back first and make sure they're okay. And I think Master Yin would want us to take care of the kids first and focus on them first before we save Master Yin.
I mean, that's a sound logic. I wouldn't disagree with that. How about you, Artie?
Definitely would be safer both ways. We don't want to go fight this mouthy monster without you guys.
Counterpoint.
So maybe we should all just go and then come back.
Mr. Yin, we don't want to be dead. How far away from the closest village?
If Artie holds a couple of the kids and runs at full speed and everybody else gets on their horses with a kid or two, we could probably make the next fishing village in probably 4 hours.
How fast are the horses?
Fast enough. Probably you could.
I can
horses
find steed and get more horses.
Horses generally double your speed.
Limpy could be a horse.
I can turn into a giant hyena or a lion, and I travel 50 feet, whatever that is. I don't know. Or I can cast Longstrider on something.
What does Find Steed do?
It just
Gets you a horse.
It just creates a magical horse. I mean, you already have a horse, so that it's not going to be any more relevant than your current horse.
I'm saying for like one of them.
You could do that depending on how long it lasts.
Would we go a lot faster if I am a hyena and there's less people on each horse? So like there's some people, I mean...
With Artie holding 2 of the kids, and everybody else having 1 kid on their horse, you would be able to go normal speed.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So Artie has Quinn, which can give him enough movement speed to keep up with you guys.
Now,
Okay,
now, how dire, say we do this, how dire do you think it is? Like, that we go, if we were to split up, if we had 8 hours to this trip, is it certain death for our friend? Or...
Well, I mean, it's a scary, toothy monster, so he may already be dead, but he would check on me, so we need to check on him. Not to mention, the thing looked like it had already been eating something nearby, so maybe it's full. We don't exactly know its habits. It's not something that was here when we've been maintaining this area.
Oh, I'm certainly not for abandoning him. That is not at all.
Oh no, we can't abandon him, but we have to take care of these guys first.
And my opinion is he might already be dead, so if he is, let's assume he is dead, we know for sure, and we split our party to go try and rescue him. We split our party and made everything more dangerous, even though he's already dead.
Well, we wouldn't need to split the party if we leave now and Artie carries a couple of the kids. It'll take us 4 hours to get to the closest village, 4 hours to get back here, and then however long you were traveling before that to get back to the mountain, which is about half a day.
And we're gonna have to long rest, so that way we regain energy and spells.
I mean, unless we want to push exhaustion.
Well, if I wild shape, I will have to at least short rest to gain my wild shape back.
I think we should take the kids back first, because splitting the party doesn't make any sense.
Let's mount up.
If Homeboy couldn't beat this monster by himself, and we've seen Master Yin just like take out a group of people in like 2 seconds, I highly doubt that us as a split up party are going to be able to take this dude out.
All right, so Quinn flies up and says, "All right, it's decided then. Let's get going." And she like kind of flies forward. Artie, he's like, starts coming towards her, grabs a couple of the kids, puts them on his shoulder, takes this part of his vest and kind of straps the kids in. And she goes, "All right, let's do this." And she spins up in the air, and he just jumps like incredibly high into the air and lands into the grass in the distance. She's like, "Are you guys coming?"
Yeah,
and you just hear the kids going, "Woohoo!" as they're flying by.
I wild shape into a giant hyena, and I like push one of the kids onto my back, like I go under their legs.
All right. So as you guys are out there and like starting to catch up to Artemis and Quinn, Quinn is spinning like in between like his legs, around his arms, and it's just this perpetual wind around him that is keeping him running as fast as your horses are going.
The kid who was clapping way too loud, I got him with me.
Yeah. He's probably on the spectrum.
We're singing still.
He's probably on the spectrum. They're figuring it out. But
that's fine. That's great.
Yeah. So you guys continue to follow Artie and we'll say in the next, you make good time. So probably closer to 3.5 hours, you get to the fishing village. All the kids start like cheering and.
Soon you'll see your village bright. There
it is! One of the kids recognizes it immediately. The parents run up and say, "Oh my God, the gods be blessed!" And they run up to receive the kids. It's like, "Are there more?"
How long has these children been missing?
Weeks.
Heavens! Is there more missing children from you?
Many.
Oh no. Heavens to Betsy, Roger. We gotta go back and get them.
Unstraps 2 of them and sets it down and sets them down. He goes, "Go well, kiddo."
I let the kid on my back off.
Quinn kind of looks at you guys and says, "One thing we weren't privy to was what they were doing with the kids. That's new. That has not been a problem in the past. Monroe's getting more desperate. He's getting more... I don't even know if you can get more evil than Monroe, but he's getting worse. He's ordering things that he never would have ordered before. He's entrapping people he never would have entrapped before. He was once just a confused teenager that's now a corrupt man. And there's no change in that. Artie's going to have to hit him where it hurts.
Well, we don't really have time for transgressions. We just need to head back.
Yep, let's
Especially
go.
more kids.
All right, Artie, ready for round 2? Artemis is ready. She like and he jumps off into the distance. All the townspeople like start running after you guys, cheering and excited to have their kids back. And you guys are heading back that direction.
So, is Artemis related to the dude who I arm wrestled and beat, oil guy?
What do you think? Is he's a Minotaur? He's related to every other Minotaur, Grant? That's racist.
Let's
I'm just saying.
find out because he might be
He was
mad.
working undercover with the same guy. They were working together.
Rollo, no.
He might be mad that we sent him to
Probably
another
best that you
prisoner.
stop talking now, Rollo.
They don't look anything. They don't look anything like each other, so probably
Is there
not.
a song that you were working on that you could sing or something like that?
He said, "This reminds me of the time that I spent with my little brother. He loved the baby oil. Oh, Bartello. Can't wait to see him at the next family reunion."
I'm
No.
gonna choke on my guilt chowder right now.
As guilty as a face as a hyena can make, I'm making it.
Last time I saw Bartello, he said he was dying to hang out with me again.
Yeah, he was.
No,
No, he's just dying.
no, he does not. Like, you can ask him questions, but there's no active way to know if he's related to Bartello.
Well, just because they were undercover.
They
with
may have.
Monroe.
They may have
That's
known
why
it.
that's the only
Yeah.
reason why I'm thinking like maybe they know each other, and then it's like
It's possible they've ran into each other before, but
yeah.
they
Good gosh,
nothing
trying
else.
to get your racist minds out of the gut.
I'm just saying it because it's funny. I don't think you're racist. So.
They all look the same.
Maybe against Minotaurs, but you know what? Fuck those guys. All right, fuck those mythical creatures. All right. Anyway, no, but as it was said before, Monroe is like not really like it's not like I don't want to say an infatuation because that makes it sound like it's sexual. He has an obsession with mazes, magic, and Minotaurs.
Nice.
And that may or may not be relevant, but you could tell by looking at his study and everything when you were at his estate, he's a big Minotaur person. For some
Nude
reason,
Minotaur portraits all over.
you like check his
God, I
browsing
know.
You check his browsing history. It's all Minotaur porn. So anyway, yeah. So he
What do you think the baby oil's for?
exactly.
So glad I didn't check all.
He
the
just
doors.
always wants him to be ready to go. So, yeah, no, I promise Monroe doesn't groom Minotaurs. Anyway, so
That's
Diddy Minotaur.
this R rating just turned to X. Okay, so
Oh dear.
anyway, kid-friendly show. So, no,
Think
so
the kids are gone.
It's
Yeah,
3
it's like-
weeks after we're shut
it's
down.
like
Exactly.
It's like a Pixar movie. They don't understand what the parents are laughing at. So anyway, yeah. So he's heading back in that direction. But Papa. Anyway, so they're yeah, he's going back in the other direction. If you guys want to head that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's head that
So-
way.
All right.
We're just gonna flip and run back.
Yep. And
I'm
Yes.
gonna kind of walk behind them though. The Minotaur guy
Okay.
and the other people. I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to lead the way with everything.
you're fine. Yeah, Bartello. Now I'm getting confused. Artemis is not waiting
So-
for anybody. He's just going full speed. So if you're catching
Okay.
up to him,
Oh.
great. If not, he knows you guys can take care of yourselves. So he's not really. He's more worried about getting to Master Yin.
I guess like so. There's not a lot of time that we took like when we were returning the children.
No, we just literally
here's
dropped
the,
them
Here's
off
the
and
kids.
left.
Bye.
Bye, kids.
Unless you want to say something else, but Artemis and Quinn are in a hurry to get back.
Right. I mean,
If you wanted to retroactively say something or do something, you can.
well,
Stay
well,
off
yeah,
drugs.
I mean, well, yeah. So like we definitely
Money
there's
us!
there's more kids missing, right? So we're bringing
Yes.
back these children. They're like, oh my goodness. So there's lots more children, like hundreds.
So Master Yin.
I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I guess I just want to ascertain, like, are we talking about, like, in the region, thousands of children are missing, or there's, 20 or so more kids? Either way, it's super bad, and I'd like to see what they can do, but I just want to get a general idea.
Yeah, so 1,000 of children, probably not. 20, 30, 40 amongst all the villages, possibly. Not to mention, you have the ledger. Well, you have copies of them. So now you'll have to get those copies from who has the copies, which is going to be Lady Prava.
Of course, like,
and that will tell you the location of where more of these camps are at.
Okay. And of course, like, we're not gonna I'm not gonna drop off children that I've rescued, this heroic act, and just be like, here's your kids, bye. I mean, I'm gonna stand up on, like, is there like a, I don't know, like a town square, like with a statue in the middle, maybe like a stump, anything. Like,
you,
it's a
like
small
push the statue
village.
over and stand up in its place.
Just wanna, like, stand on it and, on its shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round while strumming on my lute. Behold our little adventurers, those bright-eyed souls. We rescued them from the darkness. We brought them to the surface. Let their laughter fill your halls, and their joy and their merriment. Mend your weary hearts and rejoice. Tonight you will celebrate their safe return.
So as you're doing this, Artemis looks over at Quinn, and Quinn looks at Artemis, and he's like, he talks too much. I agree.
Oh, and absolutely just a dramatic flourish with my lute. Cheers, warm embraces. I want to make a show of each children being reunited with their parents. Like, if I can set it up to where there's like a slow motion running into the parents' arms and a big tender embrace while I play my music in the background. I want it to be just
I love you.
The whole thing,
the most dramatic.
The whole thing is
the
like
most beautiful,
yeah,
touching moment, and I want this to be something that they talk about for generations.
The whole thing is in slow motion and beautiful as the sun is fully set now. All the parents are coming back, like, cheering and listening to your wonderful song. Artemis, you're pretty sure, sheds a tear. Ooh,
yeah,
so
yeah, that's
sad.
definitely what I'm looking for there. And then the Gnome Depot. With all this happening, I just want to make sure that I mention to be sure you shop at the Gnome Depot. Once all the attention is on me, I just want to be sure to drop the plug of the Gnome Depot.
Let me give you his card. You like take one of, like, cards fly out of every pocket.
Right. I mean, obviously the attention needs to be on me and how much of a hero I am, but also, just so you know, this beautiful jacket, you could get one made for you at the Gnome Depot for a great, great price.
So that one of the people looks at you all and says, "What do you call yourselves?"
Nobody else answers? Well,
Misfits?
Absolutely. I'm going to sing, the Fateful Five. Fateful Five. Fateful Five. Fateful Five.
As he says that,
Five.
he looks at you and he goes, "But there is 7 of you."
Those 2 aren't technically part
Those
of
2
us.
don't
They're
count.
bonus.
Oh, that's just rude.
We are the ones that the Fateful Five are the ones who rescued the children.
That's true.
Krivlin,
That's
the name
true.
Krivlin. That could be something that could be mentioned.
That's true. He got me there. That's true. We didn't help the kids. That's on us. That's on us, Quinn. I know, big guy. It's fine.
You guys did help. No, guys, you help the children. Hey, come here, big guy. Bring it in. Come here, bring it in. Come on.
Oh, a
Come
hug
on.
for
You help the
Artemis.
children.
Artemis,
Yeah,
like,
there
reaches-
you go, big
he like
guy.
leans down to give you a hug. He's like, "It's not too tight, is it?"
No, this is perfect.
Quinn says sometimes I
Pass
hug too tight.
Well, this is the tightest hug I've ever had, but it's perfect.
Oh.
And again, I'm doing it in a way that I want to make sure that it is showcased and just like I want to make this the most memorable moment that this village, this small sleepy fishing village, if I play my cards right here in this situation, will be remembered for generations. Statues will be erected to us.
Okay, so as you're giving him this hug, Artemis says, "I love you, Krevlin." And Quinn's like, "Okay, big guy, that's a little far. Come on,
No, I
bring
get
it up."
It's not too far. It's great. Hey, don't discount his feelings. It's okay.
Oh, we're not discounting his feelings, but this could take a while, and we've got to go.
Yeah, we got to get going. But I just want to make sure that this village is happy and reunited with their families, and this is just a beautiful day.
Great. Artie, ready? Up, and away.
All right.
And she takes off.
All right. We're going to head back and rescue as many more of these children as possible.
As he jumps with the wind of Quinn, the whole area, like, dust just in different directions. All the people are like, oh, and like all their clothes fly backwards.
Is there any way that I could, I mean, I don't even know if I have to roll for it, but make it look like that was part of my, like, I'm like, away, and like I somehow did that. That was part of my...
Make a performance check. Let's see how well you flourish this jacket.
24.
24. Yeah, you're like time for us to go away. Like your like cloak flies backwards with it, and it looks like all the wind is directed from your vantage point, and all the people are like, oh, and start clapping. Especially that one kid that's like
clapping way too loud. I love it.
Yeah, way too loud, and it's not even in sync at all. So
fine, that's wonderful. Hey kid, you're wonderful, and I love you.
As you are.
While Kremlin is basking in the glory, I'm going to come up as a hyena and bite the back of his coat, and we're going to go on.
Yeah, she grabs one of your pockets and pulls you backwards.
I'm going to carry it in my mouth and go after Quinn. And,
my hyena steed will bring me back.
You're like
me back to rescue your children.
You're like Didius from the Labyrinth. Ambrosia, get over here this instant.
I'm just like rolling my eyes, like this is too much.
Sir Didius.
So we go on after them.
Okay. That's my favorite character from Labyrinth, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, you guys.
How much was it, guys? I just want to make it a good moment for the parents.
As you're saying that, in the distance you hear.
Ceremoniously
you are more of a ham
mouth.
than an entire pig farm, sir.
You hear Artemis in the distance. I felt like it went on a little too long. He's like running.
It's important that we get back. Let's make up some time and run.
I'm with him.
Let's
go! And she's like flying through with him. So, all right, everybody, gather around. Gather around. This is a once-a-day thing, but I'm gonna use it. Are we ready? All right. She goes. Then let's go! And she spins up into the air, almost like a little tornado, and hits the ground. And this huge gust of wind hits all of you, and your speed doubles for the next hour.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yay, we'll get there quick.
So 4 hours away, but our speed is doubled, so 2 hours.
2 hours away, correct.
Nice.
To get back where you were, and then there's a little bit more travel time on top of that.
Yeah,
but...
2 hours to get back to the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you a couple brownie points.
Within a few hours, you guys do make it back to that, but you go past that area, and she's like, I marked the area, just keep following, we'll get there. She's like going through. You guys are traveling for a while to the point that even though you're traveling at a good pace, there's still, there still may be pockets of conversation happening, and Artemis is kind of doing his own thing, running, and Quinn like flies around all of you and is like, is anybody hungry? I got 2-in-1s, peanut butter and jelly, a specialty. And she like basically pulls one out of this little thing and snaps her finger, and this little tiny sandwich turns into a normal sized sandwich. And she's like, I got enough for everyone. She like takes a bite out of one of them and sets it back in, and then pulls out more, and poof. And she's gonna give.
Still running as she's.
Yep. She's very animated.
I mean,
she's like, how about you, big guy?
I guess.
How about you, big guy? Rolo, she's got a PB&J for you if you want it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah.
This is. I mean, you're awesome. I don't want to discourage it, but
here you go. Here you go. Here you go. 2-in-1s for everyone. And she's like,
open my mouth as a hyena for her.
Yep. She just throws it in there. It's like, love it.
This is what? Did you invent this? This is some sort of a sweet jam and some salty, some mashed salty peanuts. This is an amazing
sure did.
Back home, you call this a 2-in-1?
A 2-in-1 peanut butter and jelly. And Artemis is like running with her, and he's like, yeah, Quinn, I was gonna mention that. How do you fit 2 into 1? Because 2 is such a much bigger number. And she's like, Quinn, I've told you before, it's kind of a ratio thing. Yeah, but if you put 2
There's
into
a decimal
1,
involved.
if you put 2 into 1, the 1 would be overflowing, and it would be all sticky and nasty.
Really
and this is the opposite
got a good
of sticky
point there.
and nasty. Quinn, I'm sorry. You've taught me math, but I'm sorry. 2 can't go into 1. If 2 could go into 1, there'd be no reason for 3. We would just not need it.
Technically, it's 2 and 1.
And 3 is a much bigger number. What'd you say?
2, 4, 1.
I said, aren't you technically a 2 and 1?
I like that. That's funny and accurate. And I am a much bigger person than Quinn. So if I'm 2 and 1, I'm the 2 and she's the 1. He like just keeps running.
So you thinking maybe you could rename the sandwich just like a 2 and 2? That would be more logically correct.
2 and 2? Now that makes more sense because they would go together. He's like running. He's like,
2 and 2? Or TNT?
Yeah, but it's not double. I mean, I guess if you wanted like a double doozy, I could do that. But I don't want to call it that. I want to call it a 2 and 1 PB&J. Quinn's special 2 and 1 PB&J.
3 pieces of bread.
You had the name Double Doozy.
That's an idea.
Loaded, and you went with 2 and 1.
2 and 1.
Oh,
Nobody's gonna understand double doozy. That sounds like something I am a fairy. Yeah. That sounds like something a fairy would say.
Oh,
see, I think what you should do.
I've got some stuff to teach you, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm
pretty familiar. 1 piece of bread. Yeah, 1 piece of bread, and then you put some like jam there above that, and then another piece of bread, and then this like peanut stuff, and another piece of bread. You could, yeah, that would be like a 3 and 2. That would work.
Yeah, he's like, well, that sounds good.
A 2 and 3.
But a 3 could go into 2. There'd be no reason for 5. He just keeps running. It's like we're still working on math, and she like flies through. She goes, by the way, there's another trick I can do. I'm not gonna waste it right now, but I can once a day I can touch somebody and double their size, or I can touch a unwilling creature and turn it smaller.
Oh, nice.
Every time I get it's weird. Every time I get a good night's rest, it's like I can do it again. She like keeps flying.
Just curious, could you make a willing creature smaller?
I could make a willing creature smaller for sure.
It could be helpful if we're needing to sneak through somewhere tight and small.
I could also make myself.
I could think of some fun uses for that as well. Just off.
The possibilities are endless.
You could also double my size, and then I would be like super jet.
And then you kill your horse. Keeps flying.
Like you have to. When we fight this thing, it might be good because I don't know if they could swallow me at like 16 feet.
So she like. If she does that to you, you're basically going to pick up your horse and start running with your horse.
So if it swallowed you and you touched it while you were inside of it, it made it smaller.
That could work. You could also, I mean, I'm not necessarily giving you this guidance, but you could also go up the butt.
There's more than one.
So I just realized this. I can only be in wild shape for 3 hours.
Okay, that's fine.
At some point, you just quit being a hyena.
Yeah. So you like Krevlin, or you turned back into your normal form, and Krevlin like was still in your mouth.
So Krevlin and I are horseless.
You're like Alinthi's like Alinthi hungry.
I'm assuming we would have tied one of your horses to us.
Well, we don't have kids anymore, so we should be able to put more people on horses.
Yes, the kids will return to their families.
I didn't think we'd get rid of them.
Okay. So never mind, we're not horses.
So as you see Artemis turn around and talk to you guys, he's got jelly all over his face. And fur. It was good, Quinn!
How far away are we from the mountain?
At this point, if you're maintaining speed, you probably got a little bit of this day left, need to camp, and then when you wake up, you'll probably be a few hours.
So we're planning on camping somewhere.
If you want to not risk exhaustion, yes. If you want to push and risk exhaustion, you can keep going.
Well, are we sure we want to camp in the woods where that creature likes to hang out whenever he leaves the mountain?
It's up to you.
Or should we rest before then?
I feel like we definitely need to rest because we need to be at our A game, because if this thing took out Master Yin, and I don't know if all of us together could take out Master Yin. So
I'm just worried if that monster comes out of the mountain, like hunting or whatever, like if we're in those woods somewhere near the mountain, that he could find us. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where you guys would prefer to make camp.
You gotta remember also, Master Yin is, although he has high perception, he is blind. So that could play into something as far as what's happening. Like, you don't know what this creature is, but it's very possible that his disadvantage was too much for him by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so what is the plan? Are you guys gonna push ahead to that point and then camp?
Do you think we should just go as long as we can and then just camp where we fall?
You know, when
I'm
you're blind, it's night all the time.
I'm already so sleepy because we didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Already
I think
tired.
when you say as far as you can, I think that's where we are.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Artie and I are
Let's-
pretty tired too.
Let's make camp.
All right.
What is around us? Are we in the grass plains or are we in the woods?
With how fast you guys went through and everything else, you would be back in the forest area if you want to be against the mountains. Because the closer to the mountains you get, is where the trees start.
Okay. So yeah, well, let's make camp.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
What
we
is
need to
the-
make camp?
What is the watch order here?
Well, I know I have to take watch one of these because you people aren't trustworthy.
I'll try
I'm
to
already
take first
asleep.
watch.
Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll sleep a full night's sleep if y'all don't mind.
Okay with me?
And I will.
Anything you want,
anything?
Kremlin.
Thank you. Anything, if you don't mind.
We're
we
working
can have
on
a
our
little chat
friendship.
Yeah,
What?
let's. We can have a little chat if you'd like. I don't mind. If you don't want to, I understand. We can. We don't have to do it in front of everybody, but if you want to skip.
We can go off to the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else is. Nixie's. You guys are preparing camp. Rolo's passing out. Artemis and
I'll
Quinn are
take first
passing
watch.
out. Nixie's keeping
All right,
watch.
listen, my friend. My dear, I see that the darkness in his name weighs heavy on your heart. But listen, just because my patron is evil god on paper doesn't mean that I'm dancing to a wicked tune. I serve him to twist his darkness into a force of good. It's like turning sour grapes into a fine wine. Do you understand?
I understand to a degree, even
Just-
though I don't necessarily agree. It doesn't mean I value.
I just want you to trust
any
me
less.
that I am not a mindless thrall. I choose every step in this strange dance that I'm trapped in with him. So let's just not let the devil in the details steal our path here to mess up the melody, if you will. Together we can find the light, even if we have to dance in the darkness a little bit to do it.
I guess the thing that worried me the most, that really fueled that, was what if one day your god decides that you're on your list? What will you
Well,
do
we'll
then?
have to I'll have to deal with that when that happens. That'd be a very difficult saying no to him is hard, but so far I've been able to listen. I can't speak out loud about this too much, but like I said, I'm choosing every step. And I think it's no secret. Let me say it this way. It's no secret right now that we are enemies with Monroe. And if it came down to it and Monroe dies, I think that you would not be opposed to that and you would even assist in that happening. It's very clear that that is something that should happen, yes?
I would,
Yes.
unfortunately.
You would
say
agree.
so.
Right. So, that being said, should I get a little bit of extra power to assist me in making that happen? And that power comes from a dark source, and I'm directing it into a way that does more good for the world. Would you not agree that that is a good thing? It's just not all black and white.
I definitely agree. I worry if one day he asks you to harm one of us.
I worry about that
choice
every
would
single. I worry about that every single day, and clearly, I would not. Now, being
What if
said,
his power is too much for you and you can't resist? What if he offers you something too good for you to resist?
the whole world is a what if. We could what if all day long. What if anything? What if any one of us. I mean, one of our some of our companions are half devils. What if they get tempted by the dark lineage? I trust her completely. Still, even still, it's possible. Um, wouldn't even. And just as our two new companions, I trust them as well, to an extent. And I understand trust comes with time, but we're gaining their trust, and I would hope that just with time you could gain mine as well. But I just I guess I will make this commitment to you here and now, that if he were to name you, I would tell you immediately and do everything in my power to defy him, and we will work together to make sure that doesn't happen.
I can accept this.
I will
now.
say this: I have a deal with him. We have a pact, and he's not able to break that pact. It's a magical pact. He's not allowed to. I mean, if you're not aligned as an evil, he's not really able to. Part of our pact was he's not able to give me names of people who are not evil, aligned evil. So you can take that comfort, I suppose. Just all I can say is don't be evil. And then this is simple, yes?
That does help me feel a little better, and I do trust you, Krevlin. I do, and I hope, based on my outburst, that I couldn't control it. It just something kind of happened that you still trust me too.
Very good. Yes. Is it? Do you believe that it is him that you're seeing? Are we seeing the same? I mean, it's a yellow eye. It's a.
It was definitely a yellow eye, and a voice spoke to me and showed me what felt like a memory that I can't remember.
He speaks to me directly, so I don't get memories or anything like this. So I don't
Sometimes
know
I
if
hear,
it's maybe the same.
Sometimes I hear whispers while I'm awake, but then whenever I put on that amulet, it was like the whispers were closer somehow.
Hey, where is that? Where is that amulet now? Is that we have that, right? Who has that? Where is that?
I think you have it.
Yeah, you have
you
it.
were scared of somebody
That's what I thought.
As you go to check your amulet pocket, it is still nestled.
Yeah, I want to make sure that it's there and like safe.
It is still nestled in your amulet pocket.
Very nice. Yep, I've got it right here. I don't think it isn't speaking through my pocket or anything, so I don't think that.
I just want that.
Boy, I don't think anybody, even you guys, I don't think anybody could get to this. It is, trust me, it's hidden.
It's in a pretty low pocket.
It's in a pocket, yes. Not even one of the ones you can see.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
It's in a pocket that has a pocket.
I just want that thing so far away. I don't ever want to put that back on. I don't want anything. I don't want that.
I was hoping next, if we could find I've got this thing. This code is as decked out as it could be, non-magically. So if we ever find something magic, we can make one of these pockets a pocket dimension pocket.
That'd be cool.
Good idea.
That would be dope. I'd keep it in there, and then it would just be away from us permanently. But that's a expensive task for another time. Next time you find a magic shop, I think that's what we'll do. Anyway, I'm pretty sleepy. It's been a long day, and we didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm glad we can trust each other, though.
Yes. As we walk back to camp, I just gently pat his head.
Okay. Nixie, you see them returning to camp.
I'll write a song about this.
You're kind of getting ready to do your checks. So if you want to go ahead and make a perception check for me. Everybody else is kind of resting. Lindsay, are you waiting to take your
how
trance?
much longer of the night do we have?
If Nixie's doing 2 hours, then somebody else would need to do 2 hours, and then you could do 4.
Yeah, I'll go to sleep for 2 hours, and I'll take the last watch.
Okay.
That works.
So
that's a 10, so it's not high.
All night long.
Yep. So aside from Rollo and Artemis competing and snoring, the night is pretty much uneventful. And you're ready to wake up the next person as the night continues on.
You know what? I'll wake up Rollo, because I'd like to sleep.
Okay. We'll wait for him to get back here, but I think he can hear us, so we'll just wait for him to get back real fast. Not a big deal. Aside from that, the area, I'll just kind of describe the area. The area you're in is somewhat of a clearing that's kind of was made by you guys to camp at. There's a couple nearby rocks kind of blocking some of the back areas. Plenty of makeshift beds, things like that. Aside from that, this honestly, it's actually, since Rolo's stepped away, this actually probably be a good time to go ahead and take our break. So let's go ahead and take 5 minutes. Everybody just, well, we'll say since it's 9:13, everybody just be back at 9:20, and we'll continue that there. So
7.
Let me go ahead and we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna take a break, get up, stretch, get some water, use the restroom, and we'll be right back.
Maybe dance.
Possibly, if you're lucky.
Mind immediately went to thinking how to ask if someone wanted to dance in Spanish. Don't know why.
Oh, are we taking a break?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a quick one. You're on watch though when we come back.
Oh, I am?
Yep. I woke you up because you and Artemis were having a snoring contest and I wanted to sleep.
Nice.
And I don't know him well enough to trust him to watch.
Yeah.
I don't find him scary, necessarily, but...
I'm kind of... okay. In the game, I trust him. In a normal situation, I probably would. Just because I feel like it would be very hard for me to trust somebody that I just, like, saw, like, do something that was, like, working with bad people at, like, a day or two prior. But, well, we'll see. Good times.
This group's already getting up to trouble. But at least on the bright side, we haven't burned anything down yet.
No, anything crazy's really happened. I mean, I kind of wonder how this fight's gonna be interesting, because if this thing took out that Master Yin dude, that's gonna be interesting. Although it could be kind of cool, because if this dude like can make me twice as big, that would be really awesome. I wonder if you get like additional stats or something.
Should increase your strength, I assume.
No.
Because I'm guessing it's probably basically the same as the enlarge or reduce spell.
Yeah.
Which gives you what, a +2, I think, to strength, or advantage on strength checks or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. Even if it was just for like 5 minutes, to be like 16 feet tall would be pretty awesome.
Can't say my character would know what that feels like. She has been 2 feet plus her entire life.
Yeah. And is it really that big of a deal to go from 2 feet to 4 feet?
No, not really.
Now, 2 feet to 1 feet would be kind of cool.
That's true. Probably could fit in a lot of places,
would be pretty cool.
through doors.
You could get into a lot of
stuff.
Yeah, you could get into a lot of situations that I definitely could not get into.
You can see Ryan behind his background whenever he bent down.
I was going to say, it's not like you guys were jinxing us.
That was good. Had some SpaghettiOs. So good.
I'm eating hot Cheetos and pickles.
Nice.
That's where I hear crunching. I've got my camera down, so I can see my stats, and I kept hearing crunching.
Yeah, I didn't know if anyone saw them when I was eating a bunch of things.
All I saw was chopsticks. I couldn't tell what you were eating, though.
He does that so she doesn't get the hot Cheeto dust all over her fingers.
No, that's a fantastic idea, and I love that.
Yeah, work smarter, not hard.
I've heard that you can do I've never tried it, but you can take the Cheetos and crunch them up and then make mac and cheese. And I've heard it's really good, but I've never tried it.
You can use them like breadcrumbs. You can also bread wings with them.
That's awesome.
See, I would do that with normal Cheetos. That doesn't sound bad because it'd be crunchy and cheesy and.
I love Cheetos.
I like the crunchies.
Them and Doritos are the two best of the chips.
Yes.
This worked finally.
Remember when they came out with those like Doritos taco shells? Oh, so good. Such a great invention.
Oh yeah.
Just thinking about it made me gain like 5 pounds.
Ta-da!
Loco.
I remember I lived in Kansas when they came out with those. Remember when they came out with them? I lived in Independence when they came out with them.
I didn't even know you'd ever lived up here.
I lived in Independence for like 3 years before I moved in with Brian.
I thought you were an Okie through and through.
Yeah, I managed the Verizon store, and we just bought out Altel. That was when Maddie was big.
Aww.
So
does that mean she's a Kansas baby, not an Oklahoma baby?
No, she was born in Oklahoma, but when I was like, she was like probably 6 months old till she was like 3. I lived up there.
I was hoping she was a sunflower kid.
No, she was born here.
Jade's from Kansas.
Really?
I thought Jade was from. Well, no, her family's from.
Her dad's family lives just south of the Oklahoma Panhandle in Texas, and her mom is from just north of the Oklahoma Panhandle in Kansas. So like the same region, but and not that technically not a far drive from each other, but across each state.
You know what's crazy about the Panhandle is it used to be called No Man's Land, and there was like no laws or anything like that there for a very long time. And it was like there was no jurisdiction in the United States there, like you basically you do anything you wanted to do there. Like that's where like all
wilder
the
than the
criminals
Wild West.
Well, because they couldn't determine who would take that section because like Texas went up to a certain point. There was no Oklahoma back then. And then Kansas didn't take it. And it was by some weird how they determined like the separation, but it was like basically what the Panhandle is today used to be a place called No Man's Land back in the Old West, and
it was because the Mason-Dixon line couldn't be above a certain latitude.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Way to go, Garrus.
I'm loving this lore.
Yeah. I always thought that would be a great idea for like a Western show after I heard about it. And I was like, that would be so cool if you had this like Western show called like No Man's Land. It was about like fictionalized about like crazy stuff that would be going on there of all these like criminals that would go through there, like, you know, in the old Western times with no laws or anything like that. And
yeah, he's patent pending. No one steal that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Garrus. Garrus has already wrote the screenplay while we're sitting here.
All right.
That's okay. If we make it animated, Garrus can draw it. You can write the screenplay of it. We're good.
All right.
Or maybe we'll have Ryan write it.
And welcome back.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan will role play it.
Sure.
He'll be the No Man's Land DM.
You see a mysterious person in the distance. It's like, well, what's the waiter's name? I want to know more about the waiter. All right, so welcome back, guys. All right, so what does everybody want to do at this point? As far as any, yeah, I'm saying as far as any reference past when you traded off to him. Nixie, are you doing anything else?
I am going to sleep.
Okay, so Rolo, make me a perception check first and foremost.
Uh-huh. Perception. 13.
Okay. So you're sitting there. Seems pretty uneventful for most of the watch. It does get closer towards the end of your watch when you feel that same gust of wind that you guys have been feeling throughout the day and the evening, and kind of like, and as that happens, you see come through the tree line. You see from this vantage point, an older looking gentleman with a brown hood over the top of his head, kind of slowly, not violently, but slowly walking into the clearing and saying,
Excuse me, stranger. May I please warm myself by your fire?
No,
I mean,
you don't see any weapons on him or anything like that.
Sure.
Thank you, stranger. And he kind of walks up and kind of nestles a little bit of the ground to sit on and kind of puts his hands towards the fire and starts rubbing them together. What is your name?
My name is Rolo. What is your name?
Nice to meet you, Rolo. My name, everybody pretty much just calls me Arthur.
Arthur. Nice. Can I call you Art?
You could. That's fine with me. As long as I can use your fire, you can pretty much call me whatever you'd like.
Okay.
And,
What brings you in these parts, Art?
Traveling, not too far from the crossroads itself, looking for all manner of medicinal type herbs and spices and other things. I'm a little bit of a cook. But speaking
Nice.
of, I have kind of lost my way, and this might be a little forward of me, but do you happen to have anything to eat?
Do I have anything to eat?
You'd probably have dry rations.
Yeah, I'll give him some of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hook him up.
Take some. Oh, thank you, sir.
I'll pay it forward.
He starts eating it. So, Rolo, what brings you in these parts?
Well, we were helping out these kids and fighting these bad guys, and we took them out, and then we got these kids back home. They were getting taken advantage of, and we rescued them, and now we're just kind of hanging out, and we're adventurers, and but we're good guys. We're not bad guys. We're kind of good. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us. We're pretty kind of a big deal.
Very good, very good. Well, that's the strange thing, Rolo. I have heard of you. And
nice.
As he says that, he kind of pulls the hood down, and you see the kind of like in a little bit of a circlet around his head where it was before hiding it. You do see the symbol of Ostia, which is balance, on
Nice. That's my god.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
And he says, "Yes, we've been watching you for quite a while, Rolo." Well,
Nice.
Or should I say, she has.
Ossie has been watching me.
Yes, you see,
Nice. What did I do to get her to watch me?
well, for the most part, you have followed your heart, and you have made good decisions up to this point. Have you ever heard of the Goddess Champion?
Would I have heard of that?
Make a history check.
Uh-huh.
You're a paladin, so you definitely would have done religious practices.
16.
16. So yeah, you heard tales of it as a kid growing up, seeing the other Goliath paladins and Goliath's warriors, always inspired to be just as strong as your pack. But you always felt that you had a stronger will and a stronger presence to do good than some of the other ones that would let rage take over the situation. The Goddess's Champion is basically, there is a paladin that when they are doing right by Ostia, which is right by balance, and they are making good decisions to help others, but at the same time not swaying the scale too far to either side, it does start basically they start getting watched, and eventually could potentially become the champion. So it's a great honor. You heard it most in folktale, but in your mind, you would have never in a million years thought that you would be talking to a catalyst directly to your god.
Nice. So, do you work for Ossia? Are you a representative of Ossia?
Something like that.
Nice. I would have given you more food if you'd have told me that.
You've given me enough. Well, but the reason I come to you is not as good of a situation as I'd hoped.
Oh.
Well, as I told you before, the Goddess Champion. Rolo, it's important to understand that when it comes to, and I'm sure you've learned this, but when it comes to paladins, such as yourself, not all of them are good. Some, the power gets to them. It corrupts their mind. It makes them do things they would otherwise question or otherwise not feel is right. The champion that Ostia had did this very thing. The power got to him, and I'm afraid that his oath to Ostia has been broken.
Oh my gosh.
He seeks power from a greater force, one that I cannot tell you much, as it is your own path to walk. We cannot tell you the destination. We can only help you along the journey. To directly impact this, or to impact you in your journey, would lose Ostia all her power. We can influence, but we cannot force.
What do I need to do?
What you've been doing. Help people. Guide people. Make the right choices. Make the difficult choices. There is a time where there will be a very difficult choice, and you must make it correctly for your path to lead where it needs. I tell you these things, Rolo, because not only has the Oathbreaker been heavily influenced in this journey you are on, the power he gets from whatever source is far greater than any power I've seen. It's unlike anything that a god, just a plain god of influence, can do. I do not yet know the source, but we are all wary of it. I tell you this, Rolo, because you being the second side to that same coin, I will give you the power, you the focus, you the opportunity to be that champion. If you can prove and continue to prove to Ostia that you are the right choice.
Oh, wow. So I could be this person, like for Ostia, I could be like the
warden of balance.
That is so, like, I would have never even thought that that was something I mean, I know that the goddess of balance is, controls everything and knows everything that's going on with all that follow the goddess of balance, but I would have never known that I played any role. I've kind of felt like from my past that I was kind of, if anything, maybe with previous mistakes with my people, that the goddess of balance would never look, fondly upon me.
And you are not without mistakes, Rolo. No one is. But the difference between them and you is you'll always find the time to make it right. And not only that, one thing that you must understand about paladins, and that you will understand, unfortunately, the one thing we all understand, is that there is darkness in everyone. But some have more heart than others to control it.
So what does the goddess need from me? Anything that she needs, I'll do whatever I need to do.
Continue your path as you have. Fight the good fight. Trust in the people you trust. And more will come. And he kind of starts to stand up. He's like, I thank you for the rations. And I thank you for your time. As you're looking around to your friends, by the way, that are sleeping, they're all soundly sleeping, and Alinthi is, in her trance. And while this is happening, you've noticed that any of the small glances of fireflies that you may have seen throughout this forest, they're all gathering around all your friends and free floating around them. And it's almost like all of them are kind of floating in blissful sleep. Like there's some type of powerful presence. And
even the two new people as well.
Yeah, they're floating as well. And
do I get a sense of whenever I see this, that the goddess is telling me to trust these people,
possibly
protect these people?
Yeah, the influence that's coming to you is yours to determine what you think it is, because they cannot tell you. They can only influence. It's you that has to make the decision. They can show you the path, but you have to reach the destination yourself. So it's just the rule of gods in this world. If they help you directly like that, they lose their power. So as the individual gets up, Arthur gets up and walks towards the tree line, puts his hood back up. He has his back to you, and he kind of looks up in the forest, and you notice his voice changes. And it sounds like a female voice. And you hear, "These forests were always magical at night. I miss them.
They were?
I miss them. I miss the talks with my champion. I miss the good that it brought to the balance. But, Rollo, this may be a good time for you to wake up your friends. Because there is something coming that is not of the balance. Good luck." I
immediately just like scream like for everyone to get up.
And you're about to do that, like you grab your and like get up, you hear, "Good luck, my champion." And then the individual just turns to like dust in the wind and just, and as that happens and you scream to everybody to wake up, everybody hears this scream. That's when you, as soon as the dust clears, in the distance of the darkness of the forest, you see a red eye like light up in the distance, and multiple of these like tentacle like things covered in mouths start coming through the tree line and grabbing at everybody. Rollo, right off the bat, just since you're the closest one and you're screaming to everyone, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Can we mark long rest down at the
Yep, you have long rested, so mark that down.
That's intense. Woo! Man. Okay,
Didn't expect
dexterity
it to come
saving
to
throw.
us.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, the goddess is not going to be very proud of me because I rolled a 4.
I'm having second thoughts. Well, she did say balance, so.
I think it was your. I think it may have been your brother.
Yeah. It's like, did you have?
I sense weakness.
Did you have any cousins? No. All right. So, at this point, you go to dive out of the way, and the tentacle wraps around you, and you are considered grappled. And the mouths on it are just biting at you. But you scream, and everybody starts waking up. I need everyone, including you, Rollo, to roll initiative.
Okay.
7.
7 for.
Just wake up to you. Grapple.
Hey.
18.
I roll a 19 on my initiative, but I have a question. Can I do something as a reaction real quick?
Yeah,
Use one of my reactions.
I'll let you.
Huh?
I'll let you. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I want to do.
What'd you get, Nixie?
Where's
We just wake up to him grappled.
So do we know what this monster is yet, or is it just...
As far as you can tell, it's just some type of abomination.
Is it a gibbering mouther?
No, it's
Do I
not.
take any damage, or am I just grappled?
You're just grappled.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not going to do a reaction.
All right, Rollo, what'd you get? 19?
19, yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm getting this all here. Krevlin, what'd you get?
18.
18. Janari, what'd you get?
3.
All right, it's a difficult job, but somebody's got to do it. All right, Alistair and Quinn got 12. All right, what is this abomination? Quinn, give me fire! And you just see her go, all right, big guy, and starts to burst into flames. All right.
Do you have a map for it?
Nope.
Oh,
This is theater of the mind.
I like the maps.
Yeah, there won't. Not every situation will call for a map because this is such a very close fight. There's not really a reason to have a map. So, up first is Rollo. You get tangled up. You can use an action to break the grapple, or you can just attack and hope it breaks it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I have 2 attacks. So, is this thing like a humanoid? This is not a humanoid.
No, 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 not at all. It's some type of like slithering, goopy monster with tons of mouths all over it. Nothing you've ever seen before.
Okay. Okay, I am going to. So I have 2 attacks. So I'm gonna do. I've got my long sword and my shield, my normal thing.
Got it.
So I'm just gonna do an attack. Do I have any advantage at all or anything like that since there's other people around or no?
No, not right now. Nobody's gotten into battle formation yet.
Okay. Okay. First attack. 10 probably doesn't hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay.
You gonna swing at it and it kind of like tentacles you out of the way and you miss.
The 16 hit.
16 hits.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna smite on that one.
You got it.
And let me see spells. I'm gonna do a level 2. I'm gonna cast Divine Smite.
Okay.
Level 2. Which
You're cutting out.
Oh, it does 3d8 damage plus my normal attack.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So 3d8 plus my, and it is radiant. So I don't know if that means that it's susceptible.
As you hit this and strike the radiant damage into it, you've seen what this does to these like similar things like the Maul Demon where it like really messes them up. It's different with this one. It does damage to it, but as it's hit with the radiant, you see like it start to like start shaking and it starts shedding off this like goop of skin that just slides off of it. And it's even slimier than it was before, but you start noticing these little spikes coming out of it from the radiant damage. Almost like it's actively adapting to resist it.
Okay. I'm going to go with the where it's grappling me at to see if that'll knock it off of me.
How much damage did you do?
23.
23.
23
okay.
radiant.
You got it. All right, and yeah, you can go. At that point, with 23 damage, it does break the grapple, so.
Okay, awesome. And then let me see if I have a bonus action real quick that I can cast on everybody. Oh, no, my bonus action is the smite, right?
Yeah, your bonus. Well, no, bonus. Smite is just part of your attack.
Okay, then let me see what I've got for. I just want to see if I've got something that I can do, like to help everybody out. Action.
And Krevlin, you're on deck.
Anything? Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on that.
All right, Krevlin, you're up. Nixie, you're on deck.
Right. I will get up real quick, and my first action is to I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. You guys see the crystallization familiar form go around Krevlin.
And then as my bonus action, I will Hex. I'll cast Hex on the creature.
What kind of ability check?
And then what's that?
What do you want to give a disadvantage on?
Abilities. It's not its abilities. Did I see? So it lashed out with its tentacles. Did that seem to be using some sort of like a specific?
So being missed by it is how quickly Rolo was unable to get out of the way. Fighting it off is probably going to be strength.
Okay, so strength.
All right, you got it. That's a good one.
And so am I, as far as positioning, do I seem like I could like I'll just stand here and my plan from here on out is just to start firing
got it. If you want to try to get close enough to give your teammates advantage, you can do that.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll do that then.
All right, Nixie, you're up.
All right. Okay, needle there. Okay. Let's see.
Uh-oh, she put the needle down. Shit's getting serious.
All right. Let's go with I will go ahead and use one of my wild shapes to do a star form.
Okay.
I will take the Chalice, which is a constellation of a life-giving goblet, appears on you whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points. You or another creature within 30 feet can regain hit points equal to your 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
So now I can spread my healing.
Gotcha. Is that just an effect that continues on?
Yeah, it's
okay.
I chose the Druid Path of Stars.
That's fine. I mean, you know how to read the rules, so I trust whatever you're telling me, so continue.
Yeah, instead of animals, I have like 3 constellations that change my
I would say,
abilities.
if it's like a one-time heal, I don't think anybody's hurt yet, so I was like, you don't want to waste that. But if it continues, then you're good.
Yeah, it stays.
Okay. All right. What else do you want to do?
And then, as my action, let's try a first level guiding bolt.
You got it.
Just to see if we can add a little bit of advantage to this for everyone else. That's a no, because that's a 10.
Yeah, 10 misses, unfortunately. So you go to
but
guiding.
There's a glowing tree somewhere.
You go to guiding bolt, and it scatters across a nearby tree. You see like a squirrel take off. All right. At this point, the abomination starts to, and these like spikes start to grow out of it, and as it does, it basically kind of like goes up in the air and it splits into multiple tentacles. And one of them goes to every single person. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh.
And as that happens, it's the center of it opens up to this razor sharp row of teeth, and they start spinning like a blender.
So many tentacles.
Alinthi, what'd you get?
Hang on. Sorry.
Does 16 work?
Krevlin, this is definitely not a hole you want to try.
I got a 7.
Okay, you are unfortunately grappled by one of its tentacles, and it starts to pull you into its mouth. Denari?
I got an 8.
Same thing. Tied up, going into its mouth. Maybe if you guys get there all at the same time, it'll jam it up. Nixie?
That was also a 7 for me.
Okay. Rolo?
I get a 16.
16, you're good. So it comes back, you're ready for it this time, and you shield it out of the way. What'd you get, Krevlin?
13.
13. Krevlin, that's just enough for you to, like, roll out of the way.
Do they take any damage in that situation?
Nope, they're just getting pulled in towards the mouth. That is spinning. Okay. So they're grappled, so their speed is 0 right now.
Its mouth is spinning?
Its mouth is like razor-sharp teeth on the inside of it is spinning.
Oh, can I do a reaction?
Like a blender.
That's not. That's believe it or not, that's one of its actions. It actually has 2. So it is now going to use its biting teeth to choose 2 people at random. So hang on. That's going to be Denari and Alinthi. The teeth start biting both of you. Let's see if it hits. Alinthi, that is only a 13 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. You take... The teeth start biting at you. You take 11 points of piercing.
Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a reaction on this. And I'm going to hit it because it attacked one of my people. And I'm going to use Rebuke the Violent.
Okay.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. And then whatever damage he does to my teammates, he takes half damage if he succeeds a 13 wisdom saving throw. On failure, he takes radiant damage equal to the amount of damage that he deals.
Okay, so he got a 9. He got a 9 and has 0 wisdom. So,
okay.
So he did.
So whatever he does to both of them, because it's one attack, right? Would he, or just on one?
Well, no. It's considered one effect, but it's only going to be on the person you put the ability on.
Okay, well I'll put it on that one.
All right, so he takes 11 points, and Alinthi, you get bit all over your body. Just feels like bite, like you've been bit before, and it's not pleasant, and it's all over your body. Denari, that's a natural 16, so I'm sure that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
You take 9 points of piercing, and you feel like you need a bath. Okay, so That's it for him. Alistair and Quinn are up, and Olyntha, you're on deck. Alistair goes, hit me with fire, Quinn! Hit me with fire! And he starts getting super angry. He starts raging. Quinn goes, okay, big guy, 1 cup of fire coming up. And she starts to spin around him like really fast. And she goes, hit him with a supernova. And as it does, you see this ring of fire form around him. And then he runs through the fire, and his weapon, his horns, his gear, it's all just like blazing with fire. He runs up to it, spins around, and slams his hammer down. He has advantage because he's flanking. That's a 22 to hit. That's going to hit. That's 15 points of bludgeoning and...
Nice.
11 points of fire.
Nice.
All right, so it starts to react to that. It drops in this situation. It drops Olyntha.
Yes.
Nice.
You kind of like fall and scurry away. He goes, take that! Round 2! And he goes to slam down for another attack. That is going to hit as well.
Nice.
Hit who?
Olyntha. It's going to hit Olyntha. It's the Minotaur.
Oh, I was like, no, I thought the
Olyntha
guy...
has PTSD.
No, sorry. I don't know why. I thought that the bad guy was coming down.
He's like, fooled you! And he starts smashing all of you.
Sorry.
He gets to roll.
You're fine.
2 initiatives.
There's a lot going on. 9 points of bludgeoning and 6 points of fire for that one. So, pretty good amount of damage. It reacts to it. As that happens, the spines on it kind of just like wither away into like mucus and slide off of it. And at that point, you see this like mucus membrane pop out and harden like a carapace. And it's reacting to the fire like it's trying to resist the fire. That's it for Alistair. Olyntha, you're up. Daenerys, you're on deck. In the back. Choo choo! There you go. Caboose!
You mean Artemis?
Huh?
Who's Alistair?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, who's Alistair?
Alistair and Quinn, sorry.
I thought it was Artemis and Quinn.
It is
Yeah,
Artemis
I
and Quinn.
thought
It is Artemis and Quinn. I don't know why I'm
Alistair
saying
is my old character.
Yeah, well, Alistair is also where I got
Better
this.
not.
Where I got this from, which is
Oh, my character that
it's-
I made?
No. Alistair and Quinn is the actual name of where I got it from, but I'm doing Artemis and Quinn. So I just wrote it down.
Yeah, because Alistair was the name of my last character.
Yeah, and it's Artemis Quinn or Alistair Quinn is a friend of mine that I used to play games with. I always told him I was going to put him in one of my things. So
Oh, I see. Well, you better not have taken Alistair, who also worshipped Astia.
Artemis
He's the
is
one
what,
that's.
Artemis is what I meant
I'm
to say.
saying that my character Alistair better not be this fallen paladin that you're talking about.
Alistair is Artemis's backup character in case Artemis dies. So, hey guys, my brother told me everything going on, and this is my fairy, Quinn, with a silent
Quinn.
P. All right, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Okay. I would like to cast 3rd level Call Lightning.
Okay. So you guys hear the thunder clouds roar above you, and they separate, and like it's like all of a sudden there's like moisture in the air starts to kind of like slow down and crystallize, and then it just kind of gets staticky, and this bolt of lightning shoots down on top of it. Go ahead and roll your damage, or is it a save?
So it's I don't know. I've rolled a hit first.
Well, what does it say? Read it.
Um,
I'll tell you exactly what as soon as you read it.
When you cast a spell, choose a point you can see under the cloud. A lightning bolt shoots down from the cloud to take that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point makes a dexterity
There you
saving
go.
throw.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a natural 2, but hang on. It's got a +4. So how's a 6? Does a 6 do it? No, a 6 fails. Go ahead.
So they take damage?
Yes.
Okay, and so it's 3D.
Can't make those jokes with a new player.
Yeah, that's true. A paralyzed person would have a higher or a higher dex than that. So, all right.
So it's 3d10 damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
So that's...
You just see this lightning
Fine.
shoot it in the back, and it like cracks the carapace.
So it's just 3d10, I don't add anything, right?
Correct. 3d10 is still pretty good at your level.
16.
There you go. That's a good chunk of damage. So as you hit it, the carapace on it cracks from it, and like all of its mouths like collectively like groan, and it spins around towards you, and as it does, the carapace slides off of it, and you start noticing these like little tubes coming out of it all over it, and they start to like crackle.
So I get to do something else, right?
Yeah, you have a bonus action. You can
Hang on.
wild shape if you have any left, or you can use a bonus action spell if it's second level or lower.
Let me.
You just see Artemis over there
So
like,
I
heat
can,
things up!
As a bonus action, I can do produce flame and like hurl it.
Is it bonus action? Is it a bonus action for produce flame?
I clicked bonus action on my character sheet and it's on there under
Okay.
bonus action.
Maybe that's one of the new rules. So it's a cantrip normally. I didn't realize it was a bonus action, but if it says BA on it, go for it. Does it say A or BA next to the casting? Here, I'll look at it.
It says one bonus action, the casting.
Okay, then yeah, you can. It's probably a changed rule.
So I roll a d20 to hit, right?
Yep.
For that one too? So that's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And then but there's a +7. It says +7 under hit DC. What do I do with that?
That's just a hit.
Oh, okay. So then that's 2d8 damage. I'm just gonna roll it on here.
Your spell attack is 7, is what it's telling you.
That's 4.
Okay, so you hit it with the 4 damage. It does not change its shape from that. It still has the crackling tubes, so you're kind of gathering if it's trying to resist it, it must have to be a certain amount of damage before it does it. So, Daenerys, you're up. Last but not least.
Is it still holding me?
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna do Word of Radiance.
Okay.
So, I need a con save.
That is a natural 19 plus 4.
Ugh.
Yeah. Usually gross things like this have really high constitutions.
Well, crap. Well, that didn't work out for me.
It probably has crapped. You'll have to check when the fight's over. It poops out of its mouths.
Oh my gosh, that... Am I able to do anything else?
Normally you would be able to hide or disengage, but you're grappled. I would say since you're a rogue, I will give you... Since you have those... Normally I will give you the opportunity to break out of the grapple as a bonus action if you want to.
Okay. What
So
do I need to do?
make a... we'll say you're squeezing out of it, so make a dex save.
18.
That beats his 16, so you're able to scurry out of him and like slide through the gunk, like slide out of it, and you're like, ugh! And you're able to get away, and the thing flails, and the mouth starts like biting at you as you're trying to get away. Top of the round, Rolo.
Okay, so does he have anyone grappled right now?
I think Nixie and Krevlin are still grappled, I believe. Are you not? Okay, Nixie's still grappled then.
Okay. Yep. If I wanted, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is his mouth? He has one big mouth, right?
In the center is one giant, like, beaked mouth that has like these razor blades on the inside.
Okay.
Razor blade like teeth. It's teeth, but it's spinning like blades.
I'm gonna throw my fireball potion in its mouth.
Okay. Roll.
That's one of my 2 actions.
All right, roll a.
A 1 through 10 or an 11 through 12, right?
Isn't this like a really big bomb potion?
It can be.
It's about.
Yeah. So first roll
within range.
First roll to throw. You just gotta beat a 10, and you can add your normal attack.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Basically, just don't nat 1.
Okay. Hey, just remember, everybody, I can heal all of you.
What if I'm dead?
I have all these healing potions and cure wounds and everything.
Aren't we being constantly healed right now too, though? Didn't Nixie do something?
Well, I don't think it's
No.
it's not constant.
I can do more healing. basically is all it is.
She's buffing her healing potential.
Okay.
She comes up to you and punches you, and it heals you. Ah! Oh, I'm okay now. I'm okay.
There's a
the healing rock.
That? 11?
Yeah, 11 is one higher than what you need to succeed. So
I got nervous there for a second. Okay. So that happens. Now I need to roll another d20 because based on your thing, it says the d20 that I roll determines the damage.
Yep. And I hope you wrote down the damage because I did not.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
If it's a 1 through 10, it only does 2d8.
Okay.
If I roll an 11 through 20, then it does 8d6.
It's basically a fireball. So you should have lied. You should be like, 30d6 according to this.
11 so we could go back and.
We're gonna have to get us some more of those.
All
right, go. Yeah, go for it.
15.
Oh, please.
Okay, you got it. So you throw it in there, and this huge explosion, like the sonic wave of it, just all of you like whoa, like hair flows backwards. Artemis, who is currently on fire, is just like yeah, it's just like flying through him. It's like. Do the art. It's just an awesome thing of him like, oh, and the fire's just shooting through him. And Quinn's like behind his head like this as the fire's blazing through in a little protection bubble. And as that happens, it's going through, and this thing is just like pieces of it are flying all over the place. Go ahead and roll your damage.
30 damage.
Okay, so you hit that. Chunks of it fly all over the place and like slap against the tree, and everybody's just covered in ash and ichor.
Why do we always
Nixie,
get covered in stuff?
You go flying off in another direction. I need a dexterity saving throw to see how hard you fall on your ass. If at all.
That's a 5.
Okay, so Nixie flies backwards, hits a tree, falls down to a rock, hits the rock, and rolls off the side into the ground and takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's not much, thank goodness. But
And well, you're tiny, but if you had like done really well, I was gonna like have you do like a 3 points like slide backwards through the mud from the explosion. It was gonna be real cool, and then you rolled a 5.
Like, that was a nope. I wasn't expecting the ground in front of me to explode.
Maybe next time.
I'm gonna throw her a. Can I throw her as I see her explode a healing potion?
As I see her explode, can I throw her a healing? Yes, you can, and I will let you use your reaction to do that. Nixie, I need a dexterity saving throw to see how well you catch this potion.
I'm gonna
hope it's better than
a
a 5.
potion.
Here,
Hits the
heal yourself.
Damn it!
I caught it.
Oh, damn it! I wanted you to miss because I wanted you to just be like boom, 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 and then a potion just breaks over your head.
That's what I was expecting, to be honest.
I mean, it would have healed a little bit, but that would have been the most epic series of events. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Break right over your head. All right, yeah. So as that happens, you're like getting out of the muck, and you hear Rolo go, Nixie, and you like look up and you catch it real quick, and you pop the cork. You will be able to do that on your turn if you so wish to use your bonus action to drink it. All right, Rolo. Anything else? Another attack?
I still have another attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, is it still live?
Yeah. As
that
happens also,
he defeated.
the tubes go into it and it comes back to that carapace like it's resisting the fire.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna run at this thing with I'm gonna take my sword out and and I'm gonna attack it. I'm going to do let's see, actions, just a regular attack, and can I use luck if I roll bad?
Yeah. You can use,
okay, I'm gonna use a luck.
You can pretty much use luck for anything that involves you in a d20 roll. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna use a luck point because that was not good.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, 18.
18. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, I'm gonna smite that as well, and I'm gonna do another level 2 smite.
Okay.
And this time, Now, when I did it the first time, did I notice that, was it the radiant that did as well?
Anything, you're noticing at this point, anything magical in nature, it is adapting to resist.
Okay. Okay.
You guys also notice as it's shedding parts and getting hit, and you're watching this and fighting it, it's also almost like those same parts are like healing itself and putting itself back together.
Oh, yay.
Fantastic. All right, well, I'm just going to do the smite thing. That's really all I can do. That's all I got. So that's going to be 4d8 plus 4d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Good gosh. 13. A 1 and 2 2s.
Yay!
Oh, no.
Abomination loves that. All right, so as you hit it with that, the carapace starts to crack in places, and these spikes come back out of it, and the points start getting heated from the radiant damage.
Nice. Okay. Do I still have a reaction through the next time? Since I just finished my turn, but I have a reaction between now and my next turn.
Now that it's your turn again, you have your reaction back.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm done then. I'm done after that.
All right, so Krevlin, you're up.
No one needs healing or anything like that.
I mean, Nixie could use some healing.
I've got a potion.
Well, she's got that potion.
I know.
I only took 4 points. I didn't take that many. I haven't been hit yet, other than the grapple.
Not yet.
There you go.
All right.
Is it looking, so it keeps doing this thing, is it looking like it's still taking damage? Like, is it looking messed up, or does it look like it's...
So parts of it are like chunking off of it and like damage, and it's charcoaled in various places, so it looks like it's taking damage, but it's also like adapting and healing quickly, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
I see.
You can see why this would have given Master Yin a run for his money.
Right. In that case, so like it keeps during its like in between our turns, it looks like it's grabbing at us and trying to pull it into its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I'm going to cast a spell, and it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, and
natural 15 plus 0.
In order to cast it, I'm going to say, "Hey there, Mr. Tentacle Monster. What is it? Oh, I'm stuck. What does it take to how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?"
And all the tentacles at the same time are like...
It's 10 tickles. Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like it's trying to kill you more now than the others. You're not like, it doesn't like bad jokes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, failed save is prone, incapacitated. During that time, it laughs uncontrollably if it's capable of laughter.
Natural 15.
Nice.
And the prone condition itself.
They got a natural 15.
DC.
What's your DC? It has no wisdom.
It's somewhere around there. Damn it! It meets it.
Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, it beats it. So is there any damage or any other effect, or is that it?
Not if it beats it.
Okay. Yeah. It just rolled.
I don't think. If it.
I mean, you guys were fucking it up, so it's it's gonna take what wins it can get.
There's nothing it can do.
All right. Anything else? Bonus action.
I guess it can. I don't know, bonus action. I mean, hell, if I would have known that I was gonna be get this kind of a wake up call that was so loquacious, I guess I would have brought earplugs instead of my loot. You guys said that I talk too much, but look at how chatty this friend is here with all of his mouths talking such a big game. That's all I got. I don't have a bonus action.
You did, like, as you're like having like a normal conversation with your bonus action, Artemis is like, "Are you serious?" Like, hit it!
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, and then Quinn's like, "Calm down, big guy. Calm down. Sun's getting real low." Like spinning around. All right, Nixie, you're up.
All right, let's see. Well, let's stand back up from the tree and drink that. Well, no, actually, I only lost 4 hit points. I'm not going to drink the potion yet. I'm going to pocket it.
Cork that shit and pocket it. I said you could like drink it and then like all over your face. Yeah. It's been in Rolla's pocket for a while, so it probably is pretty warm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's room temperature healing potion. Gross.
That's not where I hide my healing potion.
It better be organic. All right. Go ahead.
And then... No, has anyone else taken a lot of damage?
Everybody's like, no, weak-ass monster.
I think everyone just
Hey, that
grappled.
works.
Yeah, when you get to its mouth, it's not pleasant, but it can't get anybody there yet.
I can attest
That's
to that.
good.
I've
Well,
been
I'll try to hit it again with another guiding bolt.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, that's a 19.
Oh, 19's also strangely misses. No, just kidding. That hits.
Oh my gosh, I got so scared.
Like, worst day
Yes.
ever.
We're all dead.
What?
I was like, wow, this is our final
Thanks,
group
goddess
meeting?
of Ballast.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
failed
guys.
this
Good was
test.
getting a little too strong there. Had to even shit out. All right.
That would have sucked. No, that was 15 radiant damage, and it is glowing, so the next attack has advantage.
Yep, it sure does.
Nice.
As you hit that, you notice that the damage that hits it doesn't do as much as you're hoping, and the spikes start to like harden and glow more, like it's further resisting radiant damage.
Ooh, so radiant damage is no go.
All right.
Not until next time we hit it with something else, but
All right.
it's now also easier to hit.
That is it for Nixie. It is his turn.
Yep.
He's going to spin back around at you. Tentacles go out to everybody. Dex saves.
For who?
All of you.
Everyone.
21!
You are good.
That's a natural 20.
You are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope,
Hits a
11.
tree.
No more,
hits a
no
tree.
more chew toys for
Hits
us
a tree,
anymore.
hits a tree, cups around Nixie's head. Oh, God. Pulls her up into the air.
Nice. Hey, I
I
did
don't
have
think
to
he
use a
likes
luck
the way
point,
Daenerys
but I got a
did,
natural 20.
so he
All right,
decided
two
not to
natural
hit us.
20s. So you just here's this series of events. Olympia dodges it, hits a tree. Daenerys ducks it, hits a tree. Rollo shields it, and all of a sudden the other one suctions against Nixie's head, and she's like, "Shit!" And it pulls her up
Not
in the air.
again.
It
Krevlin,
likes
what'd
the
you
way
get?
Nixie tastes. Muted.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. What'd you get?
My son asked me a question. What am I rolling?
Dexterity saving throw. Tentacle.
Got it. I got 11.
11. So you also see Krevlin get wrapped up with a tentacle to the point that they're both, him and Nixie are now up in the air from the tentacle. It is going to use its biting tentacles on both of you. Krevlin, that is a 14 to hit. Does it miss?
That it misses.
Okay. It tries to bite you, but it can't get through your mage armor. Nixie, that is a natural 20.
Oh,
This is gonna hurt.
All right, hold on.
You're gonna need that healing potion now.
Hole.
Yeah, now I will need it.
The monster
Good
takes
thing you
out
saved it.
the monster takes out the healing potion with its other tentacle and like pops the cork and drinks it.
Dangles it in front of her face.
Yeah, like
Sitting there tormenting me with my own stuff.
that is 18 points of piercing damage.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ow.
Boy, the level we're at, that is big.
That's a lot. It did nat 20. So normally it would have been 9. So yeah, it and unfortunately it does not bite Krevlin. So oh, and I forgot. You also take
Can you say unfortunately?
yeah, unfortunately. All right, you guys are dead. I win.
disagree. Guys, I disagree. I disagree that that's an unfortunate. That's.
Yeah, you guys are in a forest. No, you have to tell us these things. All right. Worst DM ever. You take 2 points of radiant damage on top of that.
Oh, so 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, that is it for him. Artemis, he's like, change me up, Quinny. She's like, alrighty then. And she spins up in the air and like turns into this giant like cloud, and rain just starts falling down on him, and like all the flames just like steam out, and the steam kind of like solidifies, and this water starts shooting around him, and he's like, let's do it. She goes, batter up, and he runs up to it and swings at the fucking thing with this water-filled hammer, and swings at it for, gets advantage because of way of the water. That is a 18, so that hits. It does 12 point crushing blow, 12 points of bludgeoning with 7 points of cold damage as it does not seem to take any kind of reaction to change to cold damage. Probably wasn't enough. But its spikes, its radiant resistant spikes are very prominent. That is it for him. Changing forms takes his bonus action. So Alinthi, you are up. Daenerys, you're on deck.
Okay, I am going to cast Conjure Animals, and that's a Dex saving throw.
Conjure Animals. That's something where you just make yourself an animal. I don't think it's an attack.
I think Conjure Animals is you can make an animal.
It's a whole pack of animals, it says. You conjure a nature spirit that appears as a large pack of spells.
Oh yeah, that's right. The new rules changed it to where it's basically spirit guardians.
And if it's in 10, if he fails the dex throw and they're within 10 feet, on a failed save, the creature takes 3d10 slashing damage.
Okay, you got it. So yeah, they just made it nicer for DMs. So
Nice.
that is a natural 7. What kind of save was it?
A dex.
Okay, plus 4, so 11.
Nice, it hits. It was 15.
All right,
So
yeah.
that's 3d10 damage.
Okay.
So that's gonna be. Do I add anything to it? No.
It'll tell you next to it if you do.
Oh. No.
She summoned pixies and have them pixies cast polymorph on all of us and make us all into T-Rexes.
And as that's happening, Quinn's like, "Hey, fam!"
Yeah. Do I have to choose what a pack of animals appear?
You can if you want. If you want to add the flavor.
Does it matter?
How about honey badgers? Just everywhere.
Okay, those are vicious.
They don't give a shit. So.
Yeah. So that's 17 points of damage from honey badger.
All right. 17 points of honey badger damage. Nice.
Slashing damage.
Slashing damage. Okay. You notice that this creature actually turns into a honey badger.
It has honey badger tentacles now.
Yeah. They got little claws on the end. All right.
Resistant to everything.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Anything else?
Let me see.
Daenerys, you're on deck. Boop, boop. Make way for the caboose.
I guess I'll just try to do produce flames again and see
go for it.
if that hits this time. 14.
14 just hits.
Nice.
Wait, but okay, so it says. Tell me again. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So I roll the d20 and it says hit/DC plus 7.
Yeah. So let me check it, but that's telling you what your spell attack is, which is what you have to hit usually. But the new rules are like way different. So they changed a lot of stuff.
What do I do with the plus 7?
I'm checking that. Let me make sure I'm not screwing you out of damage. Just a second. Spells. Yeah, the plus 7 is just your to hit.
What is that?
So you have your spell attack is plus 7. So every time you cast a spell that hits, you add 7 to it to see if you hit. To see if you hit.
Oh, okay. So that would be 14 plus 7.
Yes, correct. So
I hit him.
The first box is the to hit. The second box is the damage.
Okay.
And you can actually, I know you like to roll your dice, but you can also hit the boxes if you so wish. All right, I like to roll dice too, so I get it.
So that's 2d8 damage.
Okay.
Let me get my dice.
He's prepared to take it. He thinks.
7.
7? All right.
Yeah,
it does not transform from that, but it's, damage is damage. So 7 points of damage. Daenerys, you're up.
I want to cast Ray of Enfeeblement, so I need a con save.
Okay.
Did me casting produce flame? It's a cantrip. Did that make me lose concentration?
You cannot concentrate on 2 spells at once. So if
that.
something else like Call of Lightning is concentration, that would have gone away.
Well, I just casted Conjure Animals, which was concentration.
That's also concentration. Yeah. So
Frick.
so you basically, the last one you cast, you can still control, but the other one fades. All right. That is a natural 12 plus 4, which is 16. It's got really high con. Those are hard. That's a hard spell to use on it.
Okay, so on a failed save, he still has disadvantage on strength-based d20 test for the duration.
Okay, and on
and
this.
it also subtracts 1d8 from all its damage rolls.
Okay, and
you
what?
repeat.
What does it say if it's successful? Nothing. Like nothing happens.
Successful save. You have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay, so it still helps.
Makes until the start of the next of my turn.
Okay, good. That's still good. So it'll have that. What do you want to do as your bonus action? You try to. I can't. Did you succeed out of its grapple last time? I can't remember. I need to start writing this down. Okay, you're good then. So you can hide or re-engage or whatever you want to do.
Let's hide so that way maybe I won't have to.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Dirty 20.
How dirty? No, okay. So
don't explain that.
It all started with no. All right. So yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Will you tell us how dirty?
Hickory.
And let me know the damage. The damage.
4.
Stay with me now. Stay with me.
Okay, hold on. I thought I was hiding, so now I'm...
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you are. I misheard you.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, when I hear dirty 20 or whatever, I'm thinking there's some nice dirty damage coming along. All
Sorry,
right.
I got you too excited.
Yeah, you're
My
good.
bad.
I'm also reading something on one of Alenthi's spells because I want to make sure that I'm not screwing her out of something. Okay, which I'm not. Okay, so, yeah, you're well hidden. So your next attack, even if you have flanking, but your next attack would have advantage.
Okay.
All right. So top of the deck here is Rolo.
Okay. How bad is this thing looking?
It's looking pretty fucked up.
Okay.
It is slowly healing over time, but it's still looking fucked up.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my sword and my shield and go great axe. Yes. Yeah. And then I'm gonna come up on it and
he's going all the way to ludicrous speed.
Yes. I'm gonna hit him with the great axe.
All right, you got it.
16.
16 hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the first attack. I'm gonna use a level 1 divine smite. What is this? It's gonna be radiant. So 2d8. So the first attack is gonna be plus 3, so a d12 and 2d8 plus 3. So 19 damage on the first attack.
Is that slashing or how much? How much of it? That's the axe part, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you throw the axe down into it, and it just embeds halfway through it, like, and then you're doing the radiant next.
That was with the radiant.
How much of it is radiant? I need to know that.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay. So how much can your weapon do normally? Like, what's the highest damage? 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say 12 of it was axe. We'll just... And the other 7 is... Yeah, and the other 7. So as the axe embeds in it, the axe does its normal damage. As the radiance surges through it, your axe kind of like gets pulled back out from it, and it almost looks like it's starting to heal it. And as that happens, more spikes come out of it, and more spikes come out of it even more, and they all start glowing this radiant color. And it's like, it feels like the radiant from it is now healing it. at this point.
Oh,
The axe
yay.
hurt
Fantastic.
it. The axe hurt it, but the radiant is healing it.
Okay, well, I'm going to do my second attack here real quick.
I
Okay.
thought we learned this already.
Would you like to add a smite to it?
Yeah. Yeah, not
And
anymore.
we heal it more somehow.
That's a natural 19.
That hits.
So, yeah. And then I'm just going to do a regular attack this time.
It's the strangest
and that's
thing.
11.
It turned into an axe.
That's 11 damage.
All right. Yeah. So that does hurt it. Kind of knocks it a little bit more down on its thing. At this point, it starts to like, you hear like this, and it starts to like curl into a ball. And as it does, it just keeps going, and then this really radiant glow kind of like, and just shoots through everything. I need everybody to make, and this is going to be a con save.
Me too, even though I'm hiding.
Yes, it's hitting everything. Artemis
Ooh,
got
15.
Artemis
I have
got
a
a
chance.
10.
10.
Okay.
Ooh,
21.
I am going to use my last feeling.
Okay. 3. Okay.
Yeah.
How many people got below 15? Raise your hand.
Good gosh. Got it both times.
Okay. Krevlin, you're fine. Everybody else that got below 15 is blind.
I met it, so
you're-
Krevlin and I can both see.
So yeah, Nixie and Krevlin can both see. Artemis is also blind. Quinn! My eyes! I can't see! And she's like, calm down, big guy. Calm down. It's just a spell. It's just a spell. It's temporary. It's
So no
temporary.
damage.
Feels kind of permanent! Yeah, no damage. Artemis runs into a tree.
Uh-huh.
Stop moving, big guy. Stop moving. I can't see anything.
Nice. Roll Stevie Wonder.
At this point, and as it does, it uncurls from the ball, and its razor sharp teeth start digging into the ground, and it goes into the ground.
Right.
It can burrow?
And as it does that, the kind of smoke comes off of the hole from it, and it appears at the moment to be gone.
It ran away.
Which only Krevlin and Nixie can currently see that. Now, anybody
I
who's
got a 20. I got a 21. I'm not.
oh,
blind.
then you're good. Anybody that
So
can,
3 of us can see.
anybody that's in close combat with it as it's doing that is allowed to take an attack of opportunity if they wish.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Y'all better.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
wasn't
wrapped
I
up
still
in this
grappled
tentacle,
by it?
So I'm
Was it
pretty
taking
sure
us
that
with
is.
it?
If you're wrapped up in its tentacle, that when it curled into a ball like that, it dropped everybody.
Okay.
Its tentacles went
That's
into
good.
the ball with it, so it wouldn't have been able to hold on to you.
Yeah, that would have sucked to get dragged underground.
Get smashed into a little ball and then taken into the ground, and having a real bad day.
Thrown into trees.
So we
Nah,
can
that's a
try and get it
14.
while it's burrowing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
You can try to hit it as it's escaping. It is leaving. It's not like an ability. It's trying to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's a. All I rolled a 12.
12 misses, unfortunately. 14.
Yeah, I don't really have
14
much
doesn't
for
do
melee.
better.
I'm not.
Yeah, and until
have
you
a
have
dagger.
Warcaster or something, that's not Warlock melee is not going to do a whole lot unless you're a hexer.
Right.
So I'm gonna
Well,
try and do a produce.
It's my
flame
turn.
again.
Is that's
Are
all?
you a
Is
Warcaster?
it like running?
Yeah, it has to be a melee attack unless you're a Warcaster.
Oh, melee, so I can't do produce flame again.
No, you can just hit it with your stick.
I don't. Oh,
Not
okay,
for
well.
opportunity attack.
So my quarter staff.
If you take the feat Warcaster, you can do that, but single target spell.
So hitting it with my quarter staff, that's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
With-
Bonk!
And then
Arr!
so it
Oh, you
says
bonked him.
1d6 plus 1.
How would you like to
Gonna be a
do
lot.
this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
So that's
It's
just
my
5 points
turn
of damage.
next.
What about Artemis? Did he get an attack?
Artemis got
I
blinded.
thought we just got to. I thought we just. It wasn't turns anymore.
And he
I
wasn't,
thought-
at this point, he wouldn't have been near it with his way of the water. He can be 15 feet away.
Sentinel. Somebody hit it with Sentinel. Where's
Sentinel,
the home?
uh-oh. It like goes to jump into the ground and it just doesn't move and it just in place. What the fuck? So what, I'm sorry, Lindsay, what'd you get, or?
Uh,
I think you had a
just
question.
5
I missed
points.
it. Okay, 5
Well,
points.
no, Krevlin said, Harris was like, it's his turn, but I thought we were just taking.
All right.
turns
Anyone
going.
else? Anyone else trying to hit it?
Everybody gets a. If it
I
runs
tried,
away,
but I
everybody
missed.
who's within melee gets to hit at it.
Yeah, so Artemis
hit,
and
but then
Daenerys were the only two that weren't in melee with it.
So I get to hit 2 even though we're blind?
You do, but it's with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're blind.
I'll try it.
Yeah, why not? Also, you notice that when
19 on the first one.
You notice the second time it got hit
Nice.
with radiant, it did not. That did not go away. So you might have, as far as you know, you've permanently given it radiant resistance.
Yeah, I'm not. I got the 19 on the low end.
Okay.
So
As we make it somehow worse.
So yeah, roll your damage.
7 damage.
Okay.
Is what I do to it.
All right. And
Nice.
Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Nixie?
I tried, but it's a 14.
14 just hits.
It does?
Yeah.
I assumed it would miss.
No, 14 just hits.
Yay. Okay, let me just...
Did you, Daenerys? Did Daenerys hit?
She's not in close combat.
6 damage.
Okay. So yeah, you flipped it up. You flipped it up a little bit more as it got away. Don't feel too bad. You did pretty damn good against something that your level should not be fighting. So.
Okay. I
but
love these moments.
you probably really impressed your goddess there, Rolo. So good job.
Nice. I don't feel like I did.
You're
They
like,
got away.
you're like, now to show proper balance, 2 slashes from this hand. You're just like, that's enough axing for one day. With this hand. All right. So
how long are we still blind for?
After, like, you guys, like, if you take a short rest, it goes away. It's like Lopan. It's temporary.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's my turn after Rolo's. Does that just mean like, are we out of like, are we?
You're out of
looking around?
You're out of combat. You're moving around. Artemis was like, ah, ah, ah. Quinn's like, calm down, big guy, calm down. You'll see here. Let me take a little bit of this water. Here you go. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, Quinn, I'm still blind. Open your eyes, dummy. Oh, okay, there we go. A little blurry.
He's actually starting to grow on me, only because he's not very bright, and that's almost adorable.
We're blind until we take a short rest?
We're working on it. Technically, you can take a short rest sitting for 30 minutes. So if you guys are gathering your wits and everything else and taking that, then you would regain your vision.
I mean, yeah, I really don't want to walk you guys around blind.
Oh God, is this what Master Yin has to do all the time? Like,
yeah.
So is that the thing that was fighting Master Yin?
That was the thing that fought Master Yin, yes. So you got to remember, if he uses radiant damage, it would have just continuously resisted his damage.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have noticed that?
He would have, but he
what
wouldn't.
What type of damage?
He'd know that he's
he
not
made us
hitting
all
him as
Master
hard.
Yin.
What kind of damage? So I've seen Master Yin fight. What kind of damage does Master Yin typically deal?
Force and radiant would be what he produces.
So did it seem like it came at us already having radiant and force resistance that I could tell?
No, which tells you that it might shed it at some point, or maybe it was hit with something else that was strong enough to make it lose that. Because you notice some hits did not transform it, some hits did.
Did I see
Well, I would notice that it was
evidence
radiant.
with Master Yin, like anything at all that might tell me like did it maybe eat him, kill him, have him, anything? Do I see any evidence of Master Yin on him whatsoever?
You do not get a sense that that it swallowed him whole by any means, but that would also be a little hard to tell. You do remember the mountains that it came out of, so you can always go back and check that spot if you want.
Yeah, I do want.
Okay.
I want to rescue Master Yin.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to find him.
Do you want me to tell y'all what
He's not
happened?
supposed to be
He's going to be
missing.
my boyfriend.
Because y'all were asleep when all this happened. So y'all wouldn't...
Yeah, all I know is I was just sleeping, and then all of a sudden, tentacle monster. Hey, Rolo, like good on
y'all
you.
were all
Waking
asleep.
up one time. It was super clutch.
Well, what happened is
Good on you taking a watch.
my goddess appeared to me while y'all were all asleep. Dude, the goddess of balance. Like, she had this, like... Dude, remember how I was talking about that guy, like, earlier that had the hood? And I saw him, and then he, like, disappeared. And it was, like, it was weird. Well, that guy showed up while everyone was asleep. And he, like, came up, and he was, like, asked me to use the fire. And I was like, sure, you know. Like, I mean, I'm trying to... You know me, I fall asleep all the time. So, I was like trying to stay awake. And he just asked if he could have like something to eat, and seemed like a normal dude. So I hooked him up and gave him some of my rations, and we were talking. And he told me that like the goddess of balance is like looking at me to like be like her champion.
Oh,
and
that's awesome news for you.
Starts like talking to me like, and which was weird, like knew me, like knew all about me, knew about like my life and everything. It was really weird. Like I was just, like, it was nuts. And then right at the end, like the goddess like started talking to me, like kind of like through this guy. It was like in the like her voice, and like telling me like, you know, like basically like that you know, that at some point I was gonna have to like make like a like certain, maybe like a sacrifice or something along those lines. I don't know, like something like I was gonna have to do something big. I don't know what, like, but that I'd been showing good balance, which that was pretty cool. And then she said, "You need to wake your friends up right now." And that's when I screamed when I saw this thing, because it was like, dude, like if like the goddess of balance is telling me there's some crazy stuff going on, you know. And then I saw this giant thing, and then I started blasting. No.
Artemis, I started blasting. Artemis rolled in nat 1 on his insight check, so he's just over there like, oh yeah, no. I think you fell asleep, Rolo, and it's okay. It happens to all of us. Sometimes when you're so tired, you said you're prone to it. I seriously doubt that one of those gods up there took the time to come down and talk to somebody as small as us. Okay?
Well, we're kind of a big deal.
You keep saying that, but I'm just not seeing it.
Listen,
Artie, stop being so rude.
I don't know about you, Mr. Minotaur guy, that I've already beaten one of y'all in an arm wrestling match, but
sure, yeah.
We're really big deal. Like all 5 of us.
I bet you think that brothels like you too, huh?
Dude, Krevlin even has a theme song for us. Like that's how big we are.
He does actually. He does think that. Yes. It's okay. He does think that it's kind of funny. We just kind of don't like talk about it, but it's pretty funny. He does think that. It's right. Yeah.
I won't tell him to his face.
Right. Don't. We want to keep this joke up. It's okay. Sure, yeah. But listen, if our Noble Paladin says he made a midnight friend, then by all means, I think our paladin made a midnight friend. There's no reason not to trust him.
Swear.
My mama. My mama used to tell me that there was a magical minotaur that delivered presents if I was good all year. His name was Santa Claus. And
roll a persuasion check here.
Yeah, he's real. He lives in the Feywild.
You can roll a persuasion check against him. He rolled a nat 1 on his insight, so he's not going to believe anything you tell him.
I'm going to roll
interesting
for everyone
picture.
else.
Minotaur
I
Santa
think
Claus.
I'm not full of it, because I know I'm not full of it.
You can make a persuasion check.
I don't even know that you need to.
I never thought of that idea.
You what?
I don't see a reason not to believe you.
I absolutely believe him. I mean, unless there's some reason not to.
Yeah, Quinn's like, I believe you too, big guy. It's not my craziest Tuesday, let me tell you.
Okay.
Quinn,
well,
you really believe in that?
It was nuts. Like, it was like, I didn't even think she knew who I was. Like, I'm just some, like, normal dude. Like, I didn't think I was anything special.
What kind of nuts is it? Chestnuts?
Well, she said that her first person that they told me that the person that she had picked to be her champion ended up being bad. And I wonder if this thing we fought was like, had something to do with who like her champion was before, and like they turned bad or something. I don't know for sure, but that would make a lot of sense. Like, because like what we were fighting, like that was like god level tough. Like, you saw what happened. Like, I hit him with like radiant damage from like my weapon, and he got like, he healed from it. He adapted to it where it like made him heal himself.
I noticed that too. That, like, you're not crazy about
do you think maybe I didn't have enough shots at it, but do you think maybe if I would have had a shot with necrotic damage, that maybe it would have balanced out?
I don't know.
Maybe
it seemed like no matter what we hit it with, it like
that. But yeah, but if if I'd have hit him with some necrotic damage, maybe it would have backed it off and it would have taken away some of that radiant.
Quinn is like, we need to go find Master Yin. Let's talk and walk.
It's like, So she kind of goes with.
So we're not
Now
blind
that
anymore.
everyone can see.
Yeah,
I'm
at this
not
point,
opposed.
you guys would be out of combat for a long time. To take
Hey,
a short
I'm gonna
rest.
use who's got damage before we're getting to go through there, so I can heal who needs healing.
I took some damage.
Because I can heal up
I
to
took
30
11
damage. I didn't take any myself.
Yeah,
Nixie
Where are
probably
you
needs
at,
some help.
Nixie?
I'm at
How much did you take
just over
damage-wise?
half.
How much damage did you take?
Sorry, trying to do the math. I'm at like 25 out of 47.
Okay, well, that's 22 then, damage you took?
I
Or
think
20
so.
damage? Okay.
22.
Okay, I will heal you for 22. And who wants 8? Who needs 8?
I'll take it.
Okay. There you go.
Yay.
Yep. There you go. Now I've got nothing.
All right. You guys hurry off to the mountainous area where you know this thing has nested in the past. Being that it is a nest of it, it could be there, but that's up for you. That's really up for you guys to determine when you get to that point. So
Can we find that exit that we came out the last time?
Yeah.
Because remember there were 2 tunnels and
Yeah, I
one
would say
led to where it came from.
make survival or, I'd say nature, because you can follow familiar parts of the forest and the mountain.
15.
Okay. Yeah, 15 is enough for Nixie to get you guys there. She recalls
I
it
got a
enough.
7.
17.
Yeah, you guys can find your way back to it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Because if we go down the tunnel that we came out of, and then we just take the other one that I went down as the butterfly, and then that thing came out of that tunnel.
The one that killed your butterfly quick.
Just got him. So I think that might be the easiest way to find his nest, and then Master Yen might be down there in his nest if he's still alive. And then Krevlin, that's a perfect time to test out your necrotic damage theory if we encounter him again.
At least try it. It's not a bad idea.
You want to try that? And when we get to the cave, I got my weasel here. He's gonna hop off and travel down and scout ahead for us if he can.
I say we try one. If we have to run into this thing again, I would just say one person try like a type of magic and see if it resists immediately to that and starts healing. Because I feel like it seemed like towards the end I would do damage and then it would heal when I hit it with the radiant damage.
I definitely think radiant damage is a no-go.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if it's all
like,
damage.
He also
like
seems
magical.
to not like fire damage. That seemed to hurt him a lot.
Yeah. I know. I threw that thing in its mouth and it exploded and it was just like kept on coming. Like,
well,
I thought that would have knocked it down.
It melted him a little bit though. But then
Yeah.
we hit him with radiant and then he healed himself.
I told one of my best jokes that was relevant to the situation, and he just didn't even chuckle. He's got all those mouths.
Like 100 mouths, didn't laugh once.
Just the delivery didn't work.
Yeah, I thought it was a little ill-timed, but it was still funny.
Ill-timed?
I laughed. Yeah, we're in the middle of combat. I'm angry.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told jokes. I want to break shit.
Yeah. You did stumble over the delivery just a little bit.
Hey, why didn't you make anybody bigger? I was hoping like that little dude.
Yeah, you could ask me for that. It's once a long rest, but at the same time you got to remember I've also got to help Artie with his elements.
Make me big next time.
Well,
we go down here and fight. Make me big, because if I can't use radiant damage,
I mean I could do that.
I'm
maybe,
like 16 foot tall.
I can do that. Maybe not. Maybe don't heal it next time. You know, and then she like flies. She flies around Artemis. He's like, there, Quinn. It's okay.
Hey, we don't have to argue. Let's just.
She like moves the hair out of the way. I'm sorry.
Well, you disappeared, Ryan.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's like you pulled your face.
You literally disappeared.
Let's see if I can do it again. Hang on, how do I do that? It's a spell. It's obviously somatic.
You haven't taken a long rest yet.
Yeah, I can only do it twice.
Cloak of invisibility.
Kind of? No? Oh.
No, it's not happening now. You just look weird.
Yeah. That's okay. But anyway, yeah. So, barring my witchcraft, I will not disappear again. So, I cast invisibility, but then I stub my toe and come back to appearance.
I can tell you, the goddess of balance definitely talked to me because look, she's making like the god guy that was telling us how to play this game disappear. So clearly something crazy happened while y'all were all asleep.
He was a man, then he was a woman.
Man.
And that was quick.
And then there's like giant things showed up and like tried to kill us all.
It's been a day.
It chewed
Yeah,
on
it was
me.
weird.
All right, there's the mountain. Let us go.
So
Artemis
we're gonna
starts,
go in that cave.
Artemis looks genuinely worried, so he's running towards that area.
Ugh.
Hey,
we need
how
to
long
try
can you make
and
me big?
find.
1 minute.
Okay.
So 10 rounds. I don't know what that means.
So if you see, if we go into a fight with that thing again, because I can't just, if you want, make me big for like a minute, and because I can be like super giant,
Okay.
and
If I want.
I'll go after it, and I'll protect you too.
Okay. Well, maybe there you got yourself a deal. fella.
Ultimately, I'll say if it's possible that constantly doing radiant over and over makes him resistant to that or even heal from that. I'm wondering if we balance it by doing necrotic as well, if it's like a sliding scale back and forth, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
It's a good theory.
Necrotic damage.
He did change when you did fire.
Necrotic's not something. Necrotic
damage each time.
Necrotic and radiant I can't produce, so.
Neither can I.
But I can.
But I do
But we
know
can
that
switch
fire
between elements.
Yeah, fire damage.
Fire,
definitely did
cold,
something.
lightning, thunder.
Yeah, I think we should just alternate between anything that we have, honestly.
Because then he can't get.
You know-
it's like the AIDS cocktail of damage.
I also have a fireball potion too, so maybe we can try and weaken him a lot, and then we can explode him.
Into more pieces.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I think that was a great idea, Krevlin. I think that's a very good idea because I definitely don't think we need to hit it with radiant ever again because that thing. That was.
So
scary.
that's what I'm saying is if I hit it with necrotic, and that brings that sliding scale back away from it healing from necrotic, then maybe we can hit it with radiant. If not, if we hit it with necrotic and it just gains resistance to necrotic as well, then I think we're not gonna. That's not a good idea.
We just need to
Maybe.
grab Master Unit and run.
you guys find the forest, or sorry, the mountain that he is, or that you assume he would be in, and that the creature has come out of. So, what do you want to do at this point? You see the mountain.
Can we find the way we exited last time, so
Yeah.
that way we can just backtrack down that cave,
Yeah,
and
you
then
fi-
go the second way that we.
You
didn't
find
go
it easy
before.
enough. Getting down the cave itself, everybody make perception checks.
Perception.
Not 20 plus 4.
Nice.
Good one on that.
Okay.
I mean, I am
9.
looking for my my friend. My
Okay,
boyfriend.
so you
really.
everybody that got above 15, you do not hear any sounds of a creature breathing or in pain or anything. So your best guess from just listening is that that creature is not in this cave currently.
So that's just
wait,
the
can
opening of the
I-
first cave. We haven't gone down
Correct.
to where the fork was.
Correct.
Can I go ahead and cast Augury again?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, this time I'm a bit more familiar with. We've been in this cave, so I am a lot more familiar with the area.
Pulling up my
To
scrapbook.
cast clairvoyance.
Okay, so augury, and read clairvoyance again to me. I want to see if you would see the same thing.
Okay, you create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar, which is a place I have visited before, or an obvious place such as behind a door around a corner. The intangible, invulnerable sensor remains in place for the duration. When you cast the spell, choose seeing or hearing. When you choose the sense through the sensor, as if you were in that space.
Okay, so it's
So
like
I can either see
a
or
watch,
hear as if I were there.
like a lookout beacon then.
Yeah.
So all right, so you put that outside the
And
cave
I
and
can
kind of watch
choose
your
to
back.
switch between seeing. I can choose to switch between seeing or hearing.
Okay.
At any time, I just can't do both at the same time.
All right, Daenerys with
And
augury.
it's invisible to anybody around, unless they have true sight.
Okay. Daenerys with Augury. Once again, you don't know if it's Augury itself or something else, but you know the spell well enough to know that it's got limitations, but for whatever reason, something about you doing it seems to be giving you way more than what it would normally do. So once again, as everybody's sitting there, the whole area starts to like in slow motion, and you guys see her at this point looking over at her eyes. They close and then they open back up, and they're whited out, but it's a difference this time. There's a little bit of like a gold tint. And Daenerys, you once again you hear that sound of the heartbeat, like, and you're just sitting there, and you look around. Everything else around you that's kind of slowly fading into the distance. You see the outline of the same creature you guys earlier fought, that seems to be dragging a body behind it, with the tentacles wrapped around it, and it's starting to slide down into the cave and pull it down into the cave. From this vantage point, it does appear to be Master Yin. And you see the same kind of like signal of something, some kind of power you can't explain, that is pulling you towards the cave, pulling you in the direction that you are currently going. However, you are also hit with immense sadness, and you don't exactly know why yet. And all this is happening in a few seconds, and then you like open your eyes. However, how sad your character decides to get from this sadness is up to you, but it's immense. Like, and it's not a feeling that you yourself are having. It's like you're feeling somebody else nearby as it's happening. And it fades as you kind of open your eyes, and everything comes back to, there's like, Krevin's like, I'm a cast a sensor. And like, you guys are all just kind of talking to each other, and I don't know if that's what you say, but you see Krevlin casting this sensor spell, and everybody else is kind of doing their own thing. Artemis like wiping himself off, and Quinn kind of like, let's go, like going towards the cave. What do you guys want to do? And Daenerys, you can tell them whatever you want.
So I'm going to explain to them what I saw, but I'm not going to include the sadness because that's a new kind of thing.
Okay, you got it.
So, guys, I saw the creature dragging Master Yin in this direction. I'm not sure what we will find at the end, because he didn't look in very good condition, so.
Like, is he dead?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I hope not.
Are you guys, what are you doing at this point? You're still at
Do we want to try and think of a plan of attack? Or are we just going to rush in there? Should we try and be sneaky?
I think we should definitely send scouts ahead like we did before, because that did save us.
Okay. So should we like wait here and send scouts, or should we like be letting our scouts go ahead and us just slowly falling behind?
I think
yeah, like that one.
Yeah, the latter.
Okay.
I think we should see what's going on, and I think if we see that Master Yin is something like he's taken by something, or if he's like someone needs to get him out, I will say I think what we should do is, because I have the most like health that of all of us to where I could probably take the most, let me be the distraction of whatever the thing, if there is anything in there. Y'all get Master Yin and get Master Yin out, and then I will try to get out behind y'all.
Are we gonna try and defeat him, or are we just trying to get Master Yin and leave?
I think we should try to just get Master Yin out first, or more than anything, because we couldn't kill this thing before.
Yeah.
And we don't know
Well,
how
what
close we
if-
were to kill this thing, and if it killed Master Yin,
Well,
I'm not
he's
saying don't
alive.
throw some damage at it on its way out, but focus on getting Master Yin out, because maybe if he's hurt, we can save him
So what if you try
I trust I can get away from him.
What if you try and heal Master Yen, and then he can help us defeat the monster?
If he's alive, yes. But I can Daenerys. I mean, I'm not a mind reader. But looking at how Daenerys was talking, she didn't seem very confident about how great his condition is. So I'm very nervous that he may not. Even if I cast a healing on him, how helpful he'll be able to be at this point.
Okay, so who's creating what, and how are you doing this?
So I'll cast Find Familiar and send it down the way that we came, and then I'll go down the same tunnel my familiar went down the last time just to scout it out.
All right, you scout out the tunnel. Tunnel like before. You get to the point
my
where
main goal is to try and see how hurt Master Yen is.
Okay.
Can I strap a healing potion to the back of my familiar? And if he has any consciousness to him at all,
that's an idea.
Then
that's a good idea.
That's actually such a good idea that I'll allow it. So.
Good. Send your weasel with my butterfly.
I don't think there's any mechanic for that, but I'm gonna make one. So anyway, find familiar, healing friend. I don't know. We'll workshop it. All right. So, Galantrie, is it your butterfly?
Yeah.
Okay. Your butterfly is flapping through. It finds the fork and it turns the corner. You see various eggs like stuck to the wall again. Like low water mixed with some type of unidentified visceral
Are they hatched,
muck.
Or are they just whole eggs?
Just whole eggs. Your butterfly goes further in, more and more eggs. You get to a point where you're through your vision, with your like milky white eyes, but through your butterfly's vision, you see a pair of legs off into the distance.
I flap that way.
Okay. As you get closer and closer, there lies Master Yen.
What's his condition?
It's too hard for you to tell, but it does not look good.
And Krublin's weasel on the way?
What you can see is that there is numerous bite marks all over his body. And it almost, from this vantage point, it almost looks like part of his face has been like kind of torn.
So even though I'm seeing through my familiar, can I still speak and everyone can hear me and I can talk about what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
So Master Yen's not looking good, guys. He's really torn up by this abomination.
There is nothing, you don't see any immediate threat in the area. Nothing's swapping at your butterfly. It does not appear that whatever lives here is currently here.
It doesn't seem like he's home for right now. Can I explore further around the area just to double check?
Yeah, make a perception check.
What, D20?
Yep. And
well, that's a natural 1.
Okay. Yeah,
no,
nothing.
I'm sorry, 7.
Nothing down here.
Rick, I'm so helpful, aren't I?
You're positive there's nothing down here.
Picture that. There you go. That's what he's looking like right now.
That's awesome.
No way you just did that.
That's awesome. So.
What?
Yeah, he's a very good artist. Anyway.
That's amazing.
That's why I'm going to have him do my maps. So anyway. Yeah. So.
Dang it.
The weasel gets there. I mean, are you guys, like, with that information from Galantrie, are you guys traveling at this point, or are you waiting for the weasel?
I just take off down there.
All right.
I'm going to take off.
You start sliding quickly down the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean,
as soon as I get word from her that there's not really anything in the area with him, like I'm going to start heading that way.
Artemis is like, my friend! He's like trying to go, he's trying to go through my friend, can you hear me? He's like going through the cave. Quinn's
Someone needs to hold my hand and take me. I can't see.
You can drop it if you want to. Your butterfly can just wait. So, Krevlin, as you guys are getting further down the thing, your weasel kind of stops, realizes, turns around, runs up, and just kind of comes up your leg and goes into one of your pockets. And basically gives you your healing potion back. So, yeah, you guys get to that point. You turn the corner. Probably about 30 feet forward, you find the lifeless body of Master Talien, laying very torn up and unfortunately
lifeless or dead?
Dead.
Okay.
Cure wounds or nothing's gonna stabilize them.
You can certainly try. You can certainly try.
Wait,
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I have Revify.
So as this is happening, Artemis is like, "No, heal him! Help him!"
Oh, no. Well, is he actually dead? Dead? Do we know? Can we tell?
Make a check. Try to heal him or make a medicine check.
I'm gonna try to heal him. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. As the radiant energy surges through your hands.
11.
Okay, the radiant
11
energy.
health.
The radiant energy from your hands surges from your hands into his lifeless body, and it kind of reflects through him, and to no avail. It just dissipates. There's no life force that it's clinging onto.
I got a 17 on my medicine check to see if he's any.
You're checking everything on him. He is definitely dead, and he's been dead for a while.
Oh, for a while. Dang it, so I can't.
I mean, like rigor mortis hasn't set in yet, but he's been dead for a while.
Will Augury tell me anything that happened here?
Not much more than what you've already been given. Like, you already saw something as it was happening, which is not, is not anything that Augury does. So how that's happening or how you're able to see things that other people can't see, you're still trying to figure out.
Okay.
You're welcome to share that with people, but Daenerys, I would see probably being more, not going to give any more information than she thinks is needed.
Correct.
But that's up to you. So
there's still no sign of the thing in this.
So Artemis is noticeably sobbing. Oh, big guy. I'm sure he did his best. It's my fault. If I wasn't weak. And he's just kind of like sitting next to him, kind of crying into him. I'm sorry, my friend.
I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out to like my deity, like the goddess of balance, just to
how do you do so? Like what?
Just like grab my holy symbol and just like say like a prayer of some sort to try and like see if they're like beg to see if there's like some way she can like bring him back, like even if it like maybe like leads to like a scar or something that I might have that's like taking something from me. Okay,
so you start grasping your holy symbol, praying for a miracle. Let's see. Roll a d20, just straight d20.
This is intense. This is intense. 14.
Okay. So as you roll that, as Rollo is focusing on, that's what I meant. As Rollo is focusing on his holy symbol and concentrating, everybody like you're like he's not dead, and like concentrating, and everybody else around you is kind of like, what do we do? Like this, we haven't encountered anything like this before. What do we do? None of us have the power to do this to bring him back. As all this happens, it's like the area around it, it's like your what you can hear starts fading slowly. Everybody's still around you, but it's like all the sound is at once just muted to the point that you can just hear kind of like Charlie Brown, like if anybody's talking. And you do not, like, you're kind of like kneeled down with your holy symbol and you don't move from this position. Like something is telling you just to hold your symbol and stay in place. And you feel a hand on your shoulder and you hear, "My sweet champion, death comes to us all. It is a journey that we must all take. As a paladin, you know this. To do anything more than what you are capable would be breaking your own oath.
He knew what he was getting involved with. But death is the balance to life. Do not focus on the death. Focus on the life around you, the life that you and your friends have. And from that point, what must be and what will be, shall. And then it moves its hand, and you come back, and you're like, you saddened, knowing that you're not powerful enough at this point to do anything about this. Maybe there's somebody that is, but they're not here. And it's not now.
We can't save him and fix it.
Artemis kind of leans over and picks him up. I will carry him. And he, like, wraps him in, like, what kind of, like, some silk sheets that they have, and kind of puts him on his shoulder. We must get out of here before the beast that did this to him returns. I am not strong enough to fight it a second time.
So yeah, the Krivlin's usual, like, charm, it's pretty clouded by a pretty deep sorrow. He's not, definitely not cracking wise right now, and he still has his lute. He's still gonna, like, play music, but it's in a minor key. It's definitely in a minor key, and just he's just kind of softly. It's not really for anybody else. Usually he's very performative, very loud, but this isn't for everybody. This isn't a loud performance, but just kind of a quiet little.
Yeah, Artemis sees you playing the instrument and kind of, like, knows that it's out of respect, and, you know, how you grieve is what he's assuming, and he kind of gives you, like, a nod of confirmation, and looks at Quinn and says, "We all grieve in different ways." And then
each verse of this song is a song of my heart. I never thought I'd have to pen a requiem for the one who taught me to see beyond sight.
We must get him back to Pelmoon. I'm sure somebody there can help him. We have priests, powerful priests. But the longer we wait, the weaker his connection to his soul gets. I know this. I've been told this. And Quinn's like, he's not wrong. The faster we can get back, the better. Anything we can do to give him more of a chance.
If it's the case, then let's, as fast as we can, right now, let's go. What are we waiting for?
Let's push exhaustion. I'm not stopping. Let's go, buddy.
My song a little bit. It's
all right.
Still like in an F sharp, in an F sharp, a minor chord.
Quinn's like, let's get him home, and she
really
gives him his movement speed, and you just see him out of the mountain.
Whenever we leave, as we're leaving, like out of like a respect for him, because my shield has like my holy symbol on it, and I just kind of where he was at, I just lay it there out of like respect, and just don't take it with me, like out of respect for him that he like was willing to die for us to live.
Okay,
kind of and like paid the ultimate sacrifice for us.
And what did you say you left your?
My sword, my shield.
You left
so I don't
your
have
shield
a shield
behind.
Anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a shield anymore.
You got
it.
So you kind of just put it there as a memorial for him,
yeah.
where his where you can still see the blood of where he is kind of like, you know, the closest thing you can have to an essence to make a burial, and you put the shield over him, and you swear for a second when you set the shield down. Maybe it's in your head. It's been a long day, but it almost looked like the shield for a split second had a faint glow to it.
Nice. That's cool.
All right. And you guys make your way back out of the cave, up the exit, and out. You know, you can hear in the distance which direction he's going, but Artemis is not stopping. He's just running.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to keep up with him and just get back as quick as I can.
So you guys get back to where you get back to where your horses would be. Take off. You start making your way back to Pelmoon, going as hard as you can, pushing. I'm gonna guess pushing no rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get
back. We can rest when we get back.
All right. So you continue on your journey back to Pelmoon, tired, hurt, sad, and that is where we will pick up in the next game.
Nice. Thanks, Ryan. Give us in a sadness.
Sorry.
Gosh.
Just leave us on a sad note.
I mean, two things you didn't think about to lighten up the mood. He still owes you money, and
that we're never going to collect.
And furthermore, he was late to saving you guys. But
he did save us.
but you were too late, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah, but he was like hella handsome. You're not putting that into account.
It took every bit of energy I had not to be like, Rolo, he was late. And now you are late. Perfect balance.
Wow.
No, she's not that big.
Depressed onion.
She's not that. Yeah, she's like, get good, scrub. She's not that big of a bitch.
Hey, so do we level up?
I will say from the sadness that has been harnessed in this sense that everybody is currently level 7.
Okay.
Like I said,
that was intense.
I
was not expecting him to be dead at all.
It'll go
see that
little
coming at all.
It'll go a little faster, like I said, till you hit about 10, and then it's gonna slow way down.
Yeah, I would not have thought. That's the last thing I thought that was going to happen. I thought we were going to get there and he was going to be like really tore up, and then like we have to heal him and all that type of stuff, but not that he would be like dead. Like yeah, that was pretty intense.
Yeah. So I will tell you this: I basically did death saving throws for him to let the dice determine, and unfortunately, he got a 10, a 6, a 6, and a 7.
Good gosh.
It was determined to let him die.
Correct. The dice decided, which changes the story in 2 different directions, which, I'm prepared to do. But let the dice tell the story.
Fantastic. And you know what I can do at level 7?
Resurrect people?
I can now shield others from harm at the cost of my own health.
Oh, nice.
Man, where was that? Yesterday.
It's so sad that somebody had to die for you to get this newfound power.
Thanks, goddess of balance.
Now I've got to write a friggin' dirge. Gotta write a.
We're hustling back to try and save this guy's life, and Kreplin's just sitting there.
The whole time, rather than my normally like I sing the whole time, but you can see me kind of like working out lyrics in my head as we go. Like rhyming with Yen, just really trying to get this thing perfect. I mean, pretty good songwriter, but I'm really trying to get this thing. You'll hear me humming, if you're close enough, humming like a melody, and then like switching it up a little bit. I'm really working hard on this song. Usually I can throw something together, but this is something I'm working on.
All right, so I'll talk to you guys here in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. Sorry we pulled at your heartstrings a little bit, but we'll see where this goes in the next game. What is the next free Thursday that everybody has so the audience knows when to expect us? The 13th is Grant's birthday.
Actually, the 8th is my birthday.
Oh, it says the 13th on my calendar, so my calendar fucking lied.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My birthday's Saturday, but thank you.
But happy latest birthday.
Roll from an inanimate object.
Yeah, I guess I'll roll a history check.
That one.
Yep.
Hey, I can play next week. I know we had to skip a week because I was,
Yeah,
Tiffany's last week.
Tiffany's going to be out of town for a cheer thing, so I'll be free.
Yeah, I can play next week if everybody else wants to.
Yeah.
Garrus, you good for the 13th? All right, we'll plan on the 13th.
Yeah, it can be a Valentine. Maybe it can be a game of love after this game of sadness.
Yeah, maybe. It's like, okay, the game starts. There's immediately the opposite sex race of everybody just sitting there.
Yeah. The goddess of balance changed her mind.
Just give me a good smut book. I don't need an opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Like for everybody except Denari, there's just like a Kama Sutra. So
yeah.
Craveling doesn't necessarily require something of that, but he's in the morning. He doesn't necessarily need he's good for now.
All right, guys. Audience, we will see you guys next time. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. A few comments in here. We appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, as I always say, like, subscribe, helps